Am I there? Am I there? I know it's a minute early. It's a minute early, but I just couldn't resist. Monica, how are you tonight, my friend? How are you? Fee Fi Fo Famika. I like it. Is that Monica Lucero? Is this Monica Lucero? We are now live. It's either this or what? Oh, Monica Lucero. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Click that link, Monica. Click that link. You too, Monica. Always a pleasure to see you. I got a Wednesday night chat nowadays. And man, I have a great time. Craig, what's up, my brother? A brother from another mother. Craig, I need to talk to you sometime this week because I'm going to turn this into an actual talk show. So I want to have you as probably my first guest on it. So we're looking at a couple weeks from now, but before we do it. But yeah, that's what I want to do, Craig. Right on. There's a link out there, guys, if you want to take a look at it. I'm trying to see where I just want to look at my channel because I want to set some people up as moderator. Okay, yeah, I will, Craig. Thank you, brother. Thank you. My brother from another mother, Craig. The Dude's Kitchen. Right there. Wednesday night chat with the dude. Yeah. So I'm going to move to a quote unquote studio setting in a few weeks. And my studio is my garage. And that's where I want to start filming from. And then at that point, probably go 1 week. So we're looking at probably sometime after the 1st of November. But I want you to have you on as my first guest. So who else is out there? We got Monica Lucero or Fee Fi Fo Fonica. And we got Craig. We got a couple other viewers out here. Texas style barbecuing cuisine. What's up, my brother? Yep, Kenneth. How are you, my brother? See if we got anybody on Facebook yet. This is the first time I've ever used Facebook on here. Nothing yet. Okay. No worries. Chef Johnny. Chef Johnny. Oh my gosh, that is royalty. I got some royalty on here. I am digging this, my brother. I am digging this. I got Monica on the line with it. Hello, Monica.
Hello.
I can't see your face, though.
I know. I don't want to scare you.
No, come on. Monica, what you cooking anything good this week? What you cooking?
Let's see. I made some my kids call Spanish spaghetti yesterday.
Spanish spaghetti?
Yep. Basically,
what is in that?
Vermicelli and hatch green chili and tomato sauce.
Okay.
Cumin in it, and you roast your vermicelli. And
okay.
Then once that's all roasted with the cumin, then you add the water and tomato sauce, and it makes something delicious.
Okay.
I'll have to swing you the recipe sometime.
Yeah, please do. That would be awesome. I think that would be so cool.
For sure.
To check out. Please do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And how's the taste? I mean, what compared to regular spaghetti? What are you thinking?
Well, I grew up on it, so I don't know, but it's like it's probably more tomatoey, and then the fact that it's made with cumin. Cumin kind of takes over the taste. I guess it gives it, you know, the Mexican flavor. I'm not sure how you
Okay.
say that, you know, but it gives it that Mexican dish flavor that you're
Okay.
not gonna have with regular spaghetti.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So it's got like maybe some Mexican spices in it or something along those
that
lines.
literally, it's just like I put fresh garlic, cumin, and a little bit of salt to taste, and then it's got the hatch green chilies in it, and that really is it. It's like a super simple dish. Growing up, my mom called it burnt macaroni.
Okay, interesting. That's funny.
when you're toasting the macaroni, you know, the vermicelli, because you can also do it with like elbow macaroni.
Okay.
They literally look burnt, and it smells like you're
Interesting.
burning it when you're making it. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Well, cool. Yeah, please send me the recipe. That would be cool.
for sure, I'll even make you some sometime if you want.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool. Guys, I used to work with Monica years ago. We had a blast. We would just sit there and bullshit all day
Well,
long.
come on, we got some stuff done.
Well, yeah, we had to because we had somebody always, the thumb was on us all the time. It was like,
Oh yeah,
you'll get this done. And it was like, okay.
it will be done yesterday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, oh, okay, we did it. No, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. You're like, that's what I wrote down. Hello. It was crazy. It was crazy. We got Chef Johnny and Kenneth in the house too. That's just barbecue royalty.
Yeah.
Man, digging this. Yeah, these guys know their stuff. I mean, we got Craig in the house. This guy, man, he whips up some good stuff too. Craig just made a Portuguese sandwich, and it had like pulled pork in it, or pork butt, right, Craig? And like peppers in it. Oh my God, it looks so good on a bun, like a brioche bun. Oh my God, it looks so good. I could almost smell it from here. I'm not kidding. It smelled that good, or it looked that good. You know how it is when you're watching something, you go, man, I think I can smell that. That's the way it was. True story. True story. So, Monica, what else you been cooking lately? Anything fun?
Oh, geez. Mostly I've been, I guess. So Martina went to college.
Okay.
She's up at Mountain Moscow now. And
Okay.
so, she's wanting all the family recipes. So we're having to break out all the cheap stuff for her to make.
Right on.
So we have, what I'm sure a lot of folks have heard it already, but what's called Jailhouse Burrito.
I've never heard of it.
Are you kidding? So
No.
it literally is an item that you can make in jail, apparently.
You can make in jail?
Yeah. It's like basically made with stuff you can buy in commissary.
Nice. Like in a toilet or something?
Well, yeah, you'd think. No, actually, my little brother that I met later in life, I didn't know I had.
Okay.
He's been to jail a lot. And
okay.
So he's the one that taught me how to make it, but it's top ramen. I think in jail sometimes they call it a brick also. I don't know, maybe some of these folks can chime in, but
brick.
Bring out a brick. Let's make a brick. Or, yeah, I don't think they necessarily always call it Jailhouse Burrito, but I think that's more common to hear it called a brick. Anyways, it's got top ramen, and mind you, everything that we're putting in it is going to be like totally smashed, like pulverized. You beat the crap out of it till basically it's just, crumbs. So basically nothing you would normally eat. If it was crumbs, you'd probably just throw it out. But that all that stuff goes into this dish. It's got so top ramen. It has so basically stuff you can get in commissary. So you're gonna get your Doritos or Cheetos. I think they're chili cheese Fritos. That's what we put in there. And then a bag of chicharrones, which is pork rinds. Yeah, pork rinds.
Pork rinds, okay.
Yeah. And you gotta get the hot kind. And
who doesn't eat the hot kind? Come on, seriously.
Right. Communist.
Show us your face, Monica. Come on, you're beautiful. Yes. We got Dano's Pit Barbecue in here. Dano's Pit Barbecue in here. Hey, Dano, what's up, my brother? Man.
Anyways, you put hot water in it, and then it basically you can form a brick. So you put it back into the bag, and you form this like little nasty brick. It sounds disgusting. I will make one for you sometime, and you're gonna love it.
Okay. Yeah, come on the show and do it. That would be so cool. We could do like a series of Monica's Spanish/Mexican cooking.
Da, 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 da.
Exactly. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This episode of The Dude's Kitchen and Grill was brought to you by the White Russian. Just thought I'd get that in there.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Right on. So, yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds like some good stuff. But I bet your old man Joe, right?
Yeah.
I bet he could cook up some good stuff.
How did you remember my dad's name was Joe?
I don't remember. I remember meeting him, and I just was very impressed by him. He was an Air Force veteran.
Yeah,
He seemed like a really cool guy. Yeah, he
That's
came in the
amazing.
office that one day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
I thought, this is Joe's cool. What happened to his daughter, man? Jeez.
I'll tell you what's really impressive, Mike, is my parents they just celebrated their 57th wedding anniversary.
That's
And,
cool.
yeah, for sure. I can't even commit to a lane in traffic.
Wow.
much less 57 years with one person.
That's correct.
Yeah. That's impressive.
All right. Thank you, Chef. Appreciate it. Good night, Chef. I was very humbling having you on here, my brother. Thank you. Texas style barbecue and cuisine. I don't know if you can see him. It's Chef Johnny. He's barbecue royalty. Oh my goodness. Serious barbecue royalty.
Does he have a roadside stand or something? Or
no, I don't know I know he teaches a lot of classes, and some of the stuff he cranks out is just amazing. Yeah. Oh, come on, Dana. You know, brother. You know what I forgot though? I forgot something to stir it up with, so I got to go like this. Just kind of get it all in there. I know, gross, guys.
All you need is another cup.
Yeah, that's true. I could have. Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you guys saw all this shit I have here, this, I got ice.
Love it.
And this is how I prepped for the show. So that's usually how I prep for a show, whether it be just filming or that. Just got to do it.
Heck yeah.
Just got to do it. So, Monica, what is your if you walked up to your mom and dad and said, "Hey, I would like you to make this," what would be your favorite?
Geez, my mom has this and I'm only saying this because she makes like everything from scratch, like literally every single thing. Like she doesn't know like these convenience foods, you buy like, oh, I'm gonna make a macaroni. She literally is making everything every day, every meal from scratch. And
really?
Yeah. So I love so much of her food, but I've been craving. It's called melon seed chicken, and I don't know why. I think maybe it's because it's like one of those things that she actually doesn't make the melon seed pasta. I don't know what it was, but growing up, you can buy in the Mexican food aisle. Like if you're here in Idaho, they actually have an aisle dedicated to that. But in other parts of the United States where like the whole store is, you can get Mexican food anywhere in the store. It's in the pasta aisle in a normal store. In Idaho, there is a Mexican food aisle, and you can buy. That's really the only place you can find it. This melon seed pasta. Anyways, it's made with.
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's like it literally looks like little melon seeds. So she just makes a red chili with that, and then she takes the thighs and legs. Fries those separately and then adds them to the melon seed and the chili. And oh my God, it's good.
Good. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I dig it. Yeah, I like to shop the Mexican aisle too, but I kind of look around and go, what would I do here? But I always make a point to stop by it, and because like Albertsons has like 10 feet. That's it. Yeah. But it's always my favorite one. Even over the Asian, I just kind of look at it and go, oh, that sounds good, but what the hell would I do with that?
Well, it's
That's why I need to have
ridiculous.
you on. I'm gonna one of these
For
days.
sure.
I'm just gonna buy a bunch of stuff and go. Here you go, Monica. Take care of it.
You know what we should do? We should do a field trip video to a store.
There you go.
Then, so we don't have to buy all that crap, because some of it you do like, yeah, we're not going to do any testing on this because it costs too much and you'll never use it again.
Yeah. So, Monica, Craig wants to know if you have a YouTube channel. Craig at Behind the Garage Barbecue.
My own personal YouTube channel, but
Okay.
I've often thought that I should have a YouTube channel.
Why aren't you?
I don't know. I don't know, because I'm kind of flighty, I guess.
Well, that's a given. But,
you know me. Like,
but if you had me backing you up saying, okay, Monica, here we go. We're going to do this. You would be set to a schedule and you'd have to do it. Either that or I'll sick Tammy Kramer on you.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Bless the Lord, she ain't right, Lord.
Or Stinky Pete.
Yeah. Stinky
Come on,
Pete,
Zach. Come on. What's that?
Stinky Pete and Dirty Dan.
Exactly. Come on, Zach. Come on, brother. Hop on the show. Monica, you got to show your face. Please do. But if you're going to come on the Dude's Kitchen, you're going to show your beautiful face anyways.
You're wearing on my good nerve, yo. Hold on a
I
second.
don't care. We just want to hang out.
I've been working from home. My hair's all sideways and stuff. Just give me a second.
I don't care. Look at my hair. Good Lord, I haven't had a haircut in like forever.
Oh my gosh, I know. I saw you the other day. I was like, what?
It was longer at one time. I had my hair cut in 1st of June, and I hated it.
Really?
The one time I could have a ponytail, and it was awesome.
What are you doing? Like, did you have like a yearly evaluation or something?
Oh no, the dude, man, the dude. Come on, I'm the dude. I'm the dude. Or if you're not into the whole brevity thing, you can call me El Duderino. I'm the dude.
El Duderino. Let's play Schnikes.
Schnikey.
Schnikey.
So Zach, go ahead.
Yeah, I talked to Louisa quite a bit actually. Here.
All right. Good night, Dano's barbecue or pit. Ah, it's the White Russians and the 3 beers beforehand. Good night, Dano. Thank you very much for showing up. So, Monica, on the chat is Zach. And Zach is my camera guy, and he won't show his mug on here like you. He won't show up. I'm trying to. I keep putting the link out there just
Zach,
like you click.
I'll show you.
Monica sounds hot. She is, dude. Monica's awesome. Monica's awesome. I loved hanging out with Monica back in the day. Steven, how are you, my brother? So, Monica, cooking with Steven and Jacqueline. Steven lives in Trinidad and Tobago, and nice. He is awesome. I love watching his food. He does a lot of what we call Trini food. What? Trini food. It's from Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, gotcha.
And his food is, I look at that stuff and I'm just drooling, right? Because I like Jamaican food, but his food just looks 10 times better. And he's got a channel out there. Steven, you're a moderator. Post your channel, please. And Craig, you too. You're a moderator too. Hell, I think I made everybody a moderator at one point. I don't care. Craig's got it. So yeah, you definitely
in case you pass out, have too many White Russians or something.
No, no. I think this is the 4th one I've done. And I can't do it next weekend because, for one, I'm moving into my garage, which, AKA the studio.
Yeah.
But 2, I'm busy that night anyways with Mrs. Dude. So.
Oh.
But I love having this Wednesday night chat because usually about 8 o'clock I get a guy by the name of Phil Reddick on here, and that dude is royalty, and he and I get into some crazy deep conversations. So 2 weeks ago, we discussed
about food.
No, no. We do a little bit about food, but okay, there we go. He just posted.
How often do you have these chats then?
Every Wednesday, Monica. So you're invited every Wednesday.
Right on.
And I'll make you a formal guest. My first formal guest is going to be Craig, and then I want to get Steven. I always want to call him Stefan. I don't know why, because I'm a loser. But then I'd like to get Steven on here. And then I'll have you back on, and you can show us some of your your beautiful face and what you're cooking. Show us your face, Monica.
Well,
Come
we're moving
on.
on up.
Come on. Yeah, come on.
I can't wait. I'm so
Anyhow,
excited.
if I ever go to Trinidad and Tobago, I'm definitely going to look up Stephen. And I'll tell you what, I've met so many cool people around the world. I blows my mind. I've got so many places that I got to go. I
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've met some of the coolest people doing this stuff, Monica, like Craig and Dano and Steven. You know, it's just some of the coolest people I've ever met in my entire life. And part of me wants to get laid off so I get my chunk of change so I can just go travel for like 2 months, take off and like go this way and around and go up to New England and visit with Craig and then, Tennessee and Wisconsin, just 2 months, man. I think it would be such a blast.
That would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Then that's actually kind of my goal in life is to get laid off so I can go do that.
Tracy Hugh and I were supposed to go to Spain this summer. She went, but there for her birthday. But I guess they got sent back early or something because of the corona.
Yeah. Oh, the Ronavirus.
The Rona.
Yeah, I was supposed to be I will not forget Texas. Texas actually probably be one of my first steps. Oh, thanks, Mrs. Dude. Mrs. Dude just brought me some grub.
Hey, Jenny.
Monica says hi.
Hi, Monica.
Eric from Camp House Barbecue. How are you, my brother? Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. I would definitely go and visit Eric. Eric did a wild boar hunt one time, or a pig hunt, and I thought that was just the coolest thing in the world, man. I guess that's just like a huge problem there.
That'd be scary. Those boars are so crazy and like dangerous.
Oh, I think it'd be cool as hell.
Boys.
What now, Tommy?
Boys.
What now, Tommy? All the way from Hawaii. Dig it. See, I get people from all over. Patrick from Melbourne, Australia should be showing up. Here's a cool thing about Patrick. Monica, you got to check out these guys' channel.
I know.
Really, I mean, everybody post your channel, please.
Everybody
Steven,
has a list. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or Steven, or Craig, start posting channels because this is one of the ways we grow. It's either that or listen to Pence and what's her face debate. And who wants to do that?
Nobody.
Exactly. Yeah, come hang out with me.
Oh my gosh, guess what I binge watched like the last few days? I'm totally done now. Designated Survivor. Have you seen that?
I have. That's a good show.
That was great.
Show your face.
You shut your face off. I'll push your face off.
I'm tired of looking at that.
I miss Lisa.
Oh, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. Mike, you inspire us with your cooking. You are awesome, man. Thank you so much. I tried. Oh, there's Pat. Tommy, I try to have a blast with whatever I do. You can ask Zach. He's my camera guy. Zach usually comes in and reminds me, like one of the last cooks we did is like, dude, you need another beer. All right. Right, Zach? Come on, right? You know what I'm talking about. And all right. And I'm watching this video as I'm editing, and I'm like, I'm not in the groove. And then here's Zach in the background. You can hear Stephen Redmond. How are you, my friend? So here we are. We're like going through this, and it's like then I catch my groove right after that second or third beer catches in. Yeah, good job, Zach. Yep.
Well, you never want to rush into these things. You got to warm up first.
You do, and just to do this. I had 3 beers just before I did this. True story. I just, I was like, So anyhow, Patrick that's on here, you got to check his channel out. Come to find out, Monica, show your face. Patrick and I are distant cousins.
Really?
Right. And Patrick, I talked to my aunt the other day. I will send you an email on that tomorrow, what she had to say. It was kind of interesting. It confirmed a lot of what we were talking about. So, I just, the the people I meet on here are just amazing. I would have never have known that I have a cousin in Australia,
That's great.
you know, and Patrick and I are already talking about visiting and taking a week off and spending some time in some of the finer Melbourne jails while we're there.
What the hell? On purpose?
On purpose, yes.
Alrighty then. That's probably the last place I would think to go and visit. But
Nothing wrong with that, right?
uh-huh.
Now, Craig and I might spend a little time. What I'm trying to do is just trying to find a way to spend as much time in jail in every spot that I go to as
What
possible.
the hell? Something has happened to you since I've seen you last.
Good night,
Why?
Patrick. Take care, brother.
Why do you want to go to
Cousin,
jail so
sorry.
much?
Tommy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, so unfortunately in Melbourne, I think it's like 2 or 3 o'clock, and Patrick had to go to, he's at work, so, but he always tries to hop in for a moment and visit, say hi. It's just fun, you know. So if anybody's out there on Facebook, please say hi. Please do. You know, we just have a good time. So Stephen Redmond, it's the same guy, Stephanie Jacqueline, but he's such a great guy. He really is. Like I said, Monica, you got to check out his channel because the Trini food am I pronouncing it right, Stephen? Trini food. It just looks amazing. It just takes Jamaican food and over the top.
So are you saying Trini food or Trenny food?
I'm thinking Trini.
Like Trini?
Stephen, if Trini is right, please hit yes.
Nice.
Thank you, Craig.
I gotta check this channel out. I don't think I've ever even heard of that kind of food, but it sounds awesome.
Okay, so Stephen says that's right. It is Trini food. So when I was in 6th grade, I had the choice between writing a report. Yeah, I had a choice between writing a report because of my last name. It kind of came down to Trinidad and Tobago and Cuba on if I wanted to go visit. And I'm like, I know where Cuba's at, but I don't know where Trinidad and Tobago is, right? So, Scott from Dr. Tastes Good Barbecue. Cuts like a knife, brother. So I picked Trinidad and Tobago. I'm like, who goes to Cuba? Really? So, yeah, I wrote that report. I don't have any recollection of what was in that report. I just, we had to write a thing on why you would go visit. And that's it. And if I had to go back and tell my past self, I'd say because your buddy Steven's there.
Oh.
So, and then Scott from Dr. Tastes Good Barbecue, Monica, you got to check out his channel. This guy, he's a Northwest boy. He lives north of Seattle. Dad, incredible! Oh my goodness. There's another class. There's another royalty right there. Man almighty. Digging it. So, Scott.
I gotta come to your live chats more often, man.
You got to. And show your face. Show your face.
Show you.
So, this is how Monica and I were at work, by the way, years ago. We sat right next to each other and it was all day long just giving each other crap.
Yep.
It was awesome. I loved working with Monica.
Okay, so I tell one of my favorite stories back from when we worked together about you.
Please do. Please do. And I'll tell you my Steven story.
I fell in love with you.
Or my Scott story.
It was like, I don't know, we probably only been working together maybe, I don't know, it was early on in those early Kramer days. But
Kramer days. Oh
she'd come over, she was like, she was, like the Nazi regime. She was not fun. And for a long time she wasn't fun. Then she kind of got fun. But anyways, when we would hear her coming around or something, and I don't know if you were hungover or what was going on, but I really hear you tapping away, typing on the other side of the wall from me. I'm like, what the hell, man? He's really going to town. And back then, we were all like concerned with producing, something, these great ideas for, and models for Miss Kramer. Oh my God. Then come to find out you were just tickling the keyboard.
That's right. Just like this. I remember that. Going like this, right?
Oh my God, it was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh, sweet. I love this guy.
I remember that because I'm a slow typer, and I remember that incident just going,
I
just like
was
you're
like,
absolutely
damn.
writing
What is he
nothing.
doing over there? Oh, God, it was so funny.
Oh
I
my
fell in
God.
love with you.
We had a blast. We really did.
That was hilarious.
Uh,
Okay, sweetie.
Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it, brother. Glorious
So-
Life on Wheels. Hello, my friend. How are you? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for checking us out. If anybody wants to hop in on this conversation with me and this, I don't know what it is on the other side. Just says Monica. I'm not
Cray,
sure
cray.
who it is or what. Whatever. Please click on it, guys.
Okay, so guess what?
I always love having visitors. What?
Um,
This is not, like I said, this is how Monica and I were back in the day.
I know.
Give
Okay.
each other shit constantly, but we got a lot of shit done too.
Yeah, we did. I almost fell down the stairs just now. Did you hear me?
What?
I almost fell down the stairs right now because I had to get out the door.
That sounds like a personal problem to me. What are you drinking, White Russians?
No, I forgot. So I'm in this lottery pool thing with some other gals from Lamb Weston.
Okay.
And it's
Oh,
my
you're
night
still
to
there?
go buy the lottery tickets.
Did you win?
No, I don't know yet because I haven't bought them.
Okay. Well, sounds like a personal problem to me.
Anyway, so I'm taking you with me to go buy them real quick. And I fell down the stairs, basically, but I caught myself. And yes, maybe I had a White Russian or two. All right. So I'll put you on. Hold on a second. You want me to turn on my damn camera?
Show me your face. Everybody here in this chat is saying, show us your face, Monica. Show us your beautiful face. Zach says you sound hot. Zach is one of my very best friends. And
Zach, honey.
he lives by you, Monica.
He lives by you?
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
Well, you know, if I'm not even going to mention any of my craziness right here.
All right, guys. Okay, so since Monica won't show us her face, you guys ever watch? There we go. Oh, good Lord, you can barely see you. You ever watch SEAL Team on CBS? Anybody? There's a gal by the name of Tony Trucks who is an ensign on the show, and Monica looks almost exactly like her.
What? Who is this? What show is this?
SEAL Team on CBS. It's a great show. It's about Navy SEALs, and their information officer's name's Tony Trucks, and she looks a lot like you. Matter of fact, every time I see her on there, I always think of you.
Is she funny though? Is she fun? That's what I want.
I don't know. She's just on there. Yeah, she's had some storylines. She's fun.
Cool. Well,
Split chicken cook, Craig. Talk to us about that, Craig. Come on, there's a post. Hop on, brother. Split chicken. What is split chicken, Craig? I am interested in this. You're a bad influence. Spark a joint. Yeah, if my mom's watching. I love Granddad. I love Granddad, and this is purely for stress release.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that. You have like
Stress release. Shut up. It's stress release.
You're living the life of the Riley over there. Yeah.
He's the dude. Heck yeah. Eric, you're back. That's all right, Eric. So yeah, so Eric did this live one time where they were hunting wild. I think it was boar or wild pig. I don't know what the difference is, but man, it looks so cool. It was about a year ago. It actually looked real cool.
Oh.
There's Monica.
Here she is.
Why are you wearing sunglasses? It's dark out.
No, it's not.
Whatever.
The sun never sets on the cool, man.
That's true.
Come on, get with it. Hang on a second.
You
I gotta
wear
go
your
buy
sunglasses at night.
Sunglasses.
Monica, you're gonna meet Zach eventually if you come over and cook.
Let's do it.
Chicken split in half and put on smoker. Nothing big. Just that sounds really good on the Yoder. That sounds really good. Hey, Scott, are you still out there, brother? You do it. You have a Yoda, right? Oh, so I forgot to tell you. Oh, God, Monica. I forgot to tell you my Scott story from Dr. Taste Good Barbecue. So he sends me this. I commented on one of his videos. This is one of my okay. About time again, but really for your channel. Yeah, you betcha, Eric. Yeah, if I make it down there, man, I definitely want to go. I have a 30-30. If that would be okay, I think it would be so much fun, man. Oh, it was just a blast. So Scott makes this comment. You can hear some kids in the background jumping up and down on something or on a trampoline. And I made a comment about the voice of the kid. And Scott comes and goes, yeah, she's like Bryan Adams, cuts like a knife. So I'll make comments on Scott's either my comments or on his videos, and I'll mention the word knife in them almost all the time. Then Scott was sending me messages on Facebook, and it'd be like just a video of this kid jump up and down on the trampoline. I laughed like hell that day. It was so funny. Cuts like a knife. Bryan Adams. Every time I hear Bryan Adams, I think of Scott. Monica, where'd you go? Oh, you must be gone. So yeah, if I ever get laid off and I make that trip, I'm definitely probably gonna have to take my 30-30 with me. Sounds like I'm gonna go hang out with Eric. That would be a blast, dude. Somebody else did a video like that where they were out hunting wild pigs, and they were in a helicopter this time. If I remember correctly, you were in a Jeep or something doing it. Man, it looked like fun. Oh my God, I haven't been hunting in so long. Yeah, I remember that because your reception was kind of spotty, and you would be gone. Yeah, that. So Eric's reception, if I remember correctly, was kind of spotty because he'd kind of fade out and then he'd be back and fade out and be back, and then he cut for a little bit and then he was back on. But man, it was cool. I think that'd be so fun. I have another friend who wanted to do that. Oh, I bet. How did you do there, Eric? Okay, cool. That's cool, dude. I love that video, man. I thought it was awesome. Oh. All right. Well, I'm not sure what Monica's out, so I'm gonna. Well, I'm not sure how I get rid of. Oh, just hit remove. So, if anybody else wants to come on, please do. I mean, it's either this is your choice. It's either me or watch Pence and Carmela Harris yap. So here's your choices, guys. Lucero's back. All right, you're back. Oh my God, you're all just kind of like all
Crazy.
Optimus primed up.
Yeah, because I just came from getting the winning lottery tickets.
Okay. Oh, cool. You were a promoter. Kent from Daddy Dutch Barbecue does promotions as well. I'm actually going to go hang out with Kent next year at the if we can do it because of the coronavirus at the Royal Kansas City Barbecue next year in September. I think it'd be just a blast. But Kent does a lot of things in like a campground where he sponsors and promotes a cook. What are they? A competition. So it looks like a blast. If I lived closer, I'd be all over it, man.
So, did you guys do any vacations this year?
I was on vacation 3 weeks ago. I'm on vacation another week and a half. Usually I go to Alaska every year next week, and I'm looking at the weather going, oh my God, it looks so beautiful on Kodiak because my brother is a fish and game officer up there. Yeah. But due to the coronavirus garbage, I'm not going this year. I'm really bummed. It's just fun to sit up there, and I buy a fishing license, and I'll fish for like 20 minutes the entire 4 days we're out.
Who are you?
I know, and we'll buy like last year. I took my buddy Steve with me and my son, And that would be fun, Eric. I will absolutely think about that. Thank you for the invite. I really appreciate that. Honestly, we'll think about that. That sounds like fun being a judge, a barbecue judge.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast. I'll have to study up on my barbecue and see what they look for. That'd be a cool idea. That's fun. So anyhow, when I go fishing in Alaska, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. I will definitely consider that. I buy this fishing license. I fish for like 20 minutes, and the rest of the time I'm either getting stoned or drinking beer and driving the boat because it's just like this huge. You're not going to hit anything where you're out in the middle of in Alaska. It's just like, hang out, have a good time. I want to take Zach next time. He deserves. Zach works hard for me, and all I can pay Zach is in food. That's all he gets. But we cook up some good food, Zach. That we do. So, anybody got any good cooks coming up soon, or got anything scheduled? I'm thinking either what do they call them? Chicken lollipops. I've been looking at those a lot lately. Yeah, food is a good thing, Craig. Yeah, absolutely. We like food here on the on the Dude's Kitchen and Grill. But I'm thinking either chicken lollipops or I don't know. It's got so many different ideas. They're all on my phone. And what I do is I look at Google and I get a lot of feeds for different ideas, and I'll probably save 10, 15 a week and do maybe one every month. And I'll just come up with some other crazy thing, or Zach will say, hey, let's do this. Ooh, barbacoa. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I know that I'm so far behind on YouTube videos. We've been so buried at work, and that's when I usually watch. Is anybody from my job watching? That's when I usually watch is at work. And we've been just so buried. So I will make sure, Eric, to take a look tomorrow. I love barbacoa meat. Oh, my God. There is nothing better out there. And to do lamb, oh, my God. Even lamb head, oh, that sounds amazing, dude. It really does. That does. All right, Dano, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, I have to thank our sponsor again, White Russian, for tonight. Always got to put a plug in for our sponsor. It's a good sponsor to have. Except for I wasn't smart enough to bring something out here to mix it with. Oh, crap. I forgot the Kahlua. Damn it. Crap. This is going to be an interesting one. Sorry, White Russian sponsors. I apologize. This is how I have to mix it. Actually, this worked out pretty good because that stuff's really kind of going to the bottom. Oh, Lucero's back. You're back. You're wearing your sunglasses still, too. Good for you.
Because I can't see without them. And I want to see your bright, shiny face.
Yeah.
Look where I'm at.
You're in a parking lot.
At the fireside, baby.
Are you buying Christmas trees or something? What?
Fireside. No, it's a mural. Oh, yeah, I guess they do have Christmas trees there. No, it's a mural, though.
Doctoberfest. That's the other one that I was looking at. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. So Monica, you've heard of Oktoberfest, obviously. It's not Mexican, it's not Spanish, it's German. Just thought I'd tell you.
Oh, wait, yeah. Was Christian Dahlstrom?
No, it's just Oktoberfest.
Well, he's having one.
Where you drink beer and eat brats and get your lederhosen on.
Lederhosen?
Yep. So Scott changed it.
That'd be like weird.
Oktoberfest.
Hispanic
Oktoberfest.
and lederhosen.
Yeah, well, you keep talking about your lederhosen. And so that was the other one. Thank you so much, Scott. I forgot that I have to do a video for Doctoberfest. And we did a preparatory one today. And we use this beer, which is 10 barrels. You probably get it up there. I think it's out of Portland. There's a brew pub here in Boise also, and I love this stuff. And my son and I use that to cook the brats in today, just kind of as a, oh, thank you, Craig. Appreciate it. Yep, definitely check that out. Monica, there's so many people on here that you got to check out and subscribe to. Truly. Honestly,
I think you should have like a, I don't know, like some sort of like a page posted onto your Facebook page or YouTube or something, like your about, where it has all your partner or people that you promote their channels.
That's why I'm doing this. My goal is to bring on, since I'm a small YouTuber, and I don't mean that derogatory, since I'm a small YouTuber, and like at one point tonight we had 12 people on. I've had as high as 20 on at one time. Is to bring the small YouTubers in like myself and promote their page.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I started doing this. So in 2 weeks, when I go live in my studio, that's one of the things I kind of want to do is start pushing that. So right after the first, and I want to talk to Craig about it. But probably about the 4th of November, and then Steven, probably on the 11th of November. I want to have them on as an actual guest for a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever, and just showcase your page. Oh, is Kent? Oh, Daddy Dutch Barbecue, Kent. Oh my God! Hold on, Kent. Let me put this out here. You got to chat with Monica. You're gonna show up. Crazy chick.
She crazy.
So Kent is a. So when I first started YouTube, Monica, Daddy Dutch Barbecue is another one you got to subscribe to. He was one of the first people I ever subscribed to, and he is one of the people that has really inspired me when it comes to barbecue.
Kent?
Really has. Matter of fact, I did a video
Where's
about a
Kent
month
from?
ago. What?
Where is Kent from?
Iowa. And he does. He goes to campgrounds a lot, like every weekend, maybe every other weekend, and he does barbecues there. And sometimes he, it's like little competitions. I think it'd be so much fun to do something like that.
For sure.
I'm recovering from the chips I ate earlier. I get you. Yeah. Kent went live just before this, and we were at Mrs. Dude and I, aka Jean, is Monica. I call her Mrs. Dude. We were at a wedding, talking to some people about a wedding we're doing in this weekend, actually. Holy shit. And we went over to their house, and all of a sudden on my phone, Kent is live with these chips. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to watch this. I want to watch this. I can't. Oh my God, I can't watch this. Oh shit.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Exactly.
Please hold while I disconnect.
I try to watch Kent's lives because Kent is so much fun. Everybody on here that's on here right now. All right, Zach. So Zach, I work with, Monica, and he's on call this week. He just got a page. Sorry, Zach. But everybody on here is so cool. And if they go live, I try my damnedest to get on there because for us small YouTubers, that means everything. It totally does. I'm sorry, Tony Trucks. It really does mean a lot. This is our guest tonight, Tony Trucks from SEAL Team. Tony, what do you think about SEAL Team? What is one of your favorite things about that show? Why are you going by Monica tonight? You've never watched SEAL Team, Monica?
No.
Oh, you're a loser. Always knew that.
Yeah, I'm like that was.
Always knew that about you. Do you have CBS All Access, or are you a loser?
Who are you? I have TV. Yeah, I just am not big on watching TV.
Well, just go on CBS All Access and look up SEAL Team. It's got Jason Boner on it, or some guy like that, or Max the Rot. I mean, all these hot-looking dudes. If I was a chick, I'd think they were hot.
I'll tell you what's hot is watching guys vacuum or rake my leaves, clean up dinner. That's porn for women.
You are so bad, Monica. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome, Kent. You're welcome. No, That is not. Have you seen the guy that comes over and cleans up the dog shit in my backyard? You're like, dude, what happened to all your teeth? You know, damn.
You put a broom in a guy's hand. Woo!
Yeah. He's always walking around going, "Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?"
Ding, 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 ding,
Hi,
ding,
your
ding.
setup looks really cool. I'm like, hey, dude, how are you?
Oh, that's funny.
I'll tell you what, Monica, the barbecue community is the best. There's nobody
Barbecue's the
more
bomb.
fun. Yeah, there's nobody more fun than this community. And like I said, if I ever get laid off, man, that's what I'm doing. I'm spending 2 months and just going and visiting all across the U.S. I'll probably have to go up to Scott, up in north of Seattle, and head right down I-5 and across and just visit everybody and do like a collab on everybody. I think it'd be so much fun.
Wait, if you guys
And then come home and worry about a job.
you ever need a handle on meat, let me know.
On meat?
Yeah, I get free.
I have a good handle on meat.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, not your everyday steak or anything. I'm not talking
Okay.
about that. Talking
Not
about
too.
beef, baby.
Carrie, how are you, my friend? Carrie from VA Check Off-Road and Cooking. Monica, there's another one you got to subscribe to. I will send you a text with everybody's name and her channel.
Say off-road? Or road?
VA Chick Off-Road and Cooking. Her name is Carrie.
Yep.
She cooked up recently bear hamburgers.
Ooh.
Bear
I bet
meat.
they're
Oh my
good.
God, it looks so good.
I do like
Stephen
bear.
or Craig, can you post her? Can you find Carrie's? Oh my goodness! Oh my God! This show just went downhill.
Holy Hades! Daddy Dutch!
His name is this is Kent from Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Monica,
Hi.
Kent,
Hi,
Monica and I worked together years ago.
Oh, well.
You
Oh,
say
we've
that, Mike. We might not ever get jobs if we get laid off. Hi.
Hi, Monica. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
A little warm.
Warm.
Warm. What's going on? What do you drink?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I so wanted to
My
watch
brother
that.
and I did that. That wasn't cool, dude. That's hot.
It's the hottest thing I've ever tried.
Can't you remember when Charlie did those hot nut things?
Hot
You ever
nuts?
watch that? Hot nuts, yeah. The hot
The
nut
death
challenge or whatever.
nut challenge.
Yeah.
Was it a soup?
No, it was just these nuts that they got, and it was like just like scorching. And then Chris from Eastland Farms did it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, no thanks, guys.
I tell you what, I did the Fuego Rocks challenge last year, and that wasn't bad. This is 5 to 10 times hotter than that.
Wow.
Which one did you get?
The Pocky Reaper.
Oh, the Reaper, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
That was ooh, baby.
Kent, what inspired you to do that?
Yeah, what was that all about?
My buddy dared me to.
Did you get the one with just one chip? Is it just one chip, or the one with like 10 in it?
No, this is the one chip challenge, but that chip. Hold on.
Please, nobody challenge me because I won't do it.
Mike,
Monica will.
now we're gonna challenge you.
Here's what the chip came in, and it
Mhm.
filled up. the
Oh
whole
yeah.
container.
Mhm.
It was a big damn chip.
But there was one chip in it, Kent?
Yeah.
One chip?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you something. I love the heat
Sure.
as long as it has flavor.
Crazy. No way. Oh yeah, flavor. If it has flavor, it's better.
No, this was probably one of the nastiest things I've put in my mouth.
Mike, if you do this, you have to have a tub of sour cream on the side
Oh,
for recovery. It's bad.
I think I ate a pound of ice.
Oh. You have to do cream, like a heavy cream.
Yeah, well, I
You
wasn't.
ever heard of the Da Bomb? It comes in a little thing about this big, and it's like the Scovilles are like 2 million.
Yeah.
So we used to have this chip bar. Before I met Monica, we used to have this chip bar at this place I worked at. and I put one drop of Da Bomb on a chip, and literally 20 minutes later, I was seeing green. Everything was green.
What the hell?
I've tried Da Bomb. This is hotter.
Oh no thanks, man.
Yeah, and nasty too.
Oh God.
Sounds disgusting.
I don't recommend. I mean, Charlie might be able to handle it, but I don't know.
I couldn't. So Monica, there's a guy by the name of Charlie at Pickles Barbecue. He's a great guy. He really is.
Barbecue.
He's never showed up on here. I'm surprised.
He
But
doesn't like
now
doesn't
Charlie
know
and I
about you
talk
yet.
all the time.
You have to
Charlie and I talk via Facebook all the time,
Nice.
and just a super nice guy. But he loves hot food. He's just so into it. I'm like, no thanks, man. Anything over Scoville of about 10,000, I'm out, man.
Keep going.
Oh yeah, you want nothing to do with this.
What do you think the Scoville was on that, Kent? If the bomb is 2 million.
This was right there with it. A couple people looked it up. One said 1.7 and one said 1.9, but
God.
it was hot.
Wow.
Hold on.
So you're saying the whiskey won't even cut it?
Oh no. Hold on.
Oh God. That's crazy, dude. A Western movie from 1970, Terrence Hill and Bud Spencer. Interesting. I've never heard of it. I love old westerns. We have a channel here in town, channel like 9.3 that's got old westerns on it. I watch that all damn night if I could get away with it.
I just tried calling him.
reading
He didn't answer.
Oh, Charlie?
Yeah, he didn't answer.
Yeah, it's just past his bedtime. You know, Chris always does those good night Charlie or after hours Charlie videos.
Goodbye, Moon.
This is what I'm telling you, Monica. This community is so tight knit and so fun. We're all a bunch of brothers that just love to hang out
And
and
sisters?
tease each
No
other.
sisters?
You know, just tease each other, have a good time. You know, visit, share ideas. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Hold on.
Oh,
And you meet the best people in the world. I mean, how else would I've met Stephen in Trinidad and Tobago? I never would have. In my wildest dreams.
How come more people are on video right now?
It comes and goes. It really. At one point we had 13 on here. Now we're at 7. It just kind of comes and goes. People come and go throughout the.
Where's
chat.
is Steven still in here?
Yeah, he's still here.
Come
Yep.
on, Steven. I want to see this Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago.
See your, yeah, let me see your.
Yeah, I've only seen Steven on one chat before. I've seen Craig many a time. Craig at one time, we had Charlie, Craig, and I, just like the three of us here. And Craig made the comment that this would be like ZZ Top. Because they both have these beards that come down to here. And I have the long hair and the little goatee.
That's pretty funny.
oh boy.
I would love to see a sushi video. And see, that's the other thing, Monica, too, about this was so cool, is everybody just, hey, this is what I'm making, or this is my idea. I love it. It's a great exchange of ideas. And there's no judgment. There is. You might get a little shit for it, but there's no judgment at all. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
We just hang out and have a good time.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Exactly. That's what it's all about, Monica. I'm so glad you came on, Monica. Oh, Monica and I would say we got in trouble because I know Tammy Kramer would just be furious with it.
But we got shit done, though.
Oh, yeah. We got it done, but God.
We were the social lubricant of that desk, man.
I agree.
Well,
So, Monica and I were assigned to this project years ago. Probably, it was 2008. And it was one of the oddest projects I've ever been on. We were tasked with, short story would be, taking, if you had a piece of equipment and you normally called another vendor, you would now call into our help desk to get it troubleshot, right?
Right.
And our boss at the time was brand new. She thought it was slam dunk, man. And it's like, are you shitting me, lady? This is not slam dunk. You're talking about changing a culture. Good luck changing a culture. But somehow or another, Monica and I pulled this thing off. And to this day, Monica's since moved on to a different job, but I'm still there. And but for some reason, it's still there. And I always, when I see these calls come in, I'm like, this is cool. This was 12 years ago, and it's still happening.
Right.
But somehow or another, we pulled it off, Monica. I have no idea how.
You guys are still doing that? Dang.
I see a lot of tickets come in from the help desk that say, XYZ machine is down. The Catalina is the biggest one. It needs to be taken care of. I'm like, I don't do anything with Catalina anymore. Are you kidding me? I don't do anything with it. Hey, they think I do.
All right, Mike, I got to run, buddy. I got to help the wife with a couple things. We got kids' birthday parties coming up here. So.
Right on. Thank you so much, Kent, for showing up. I really appreciate it, brother.
You're welcome. Monica, nice to meet you.
We'll talk to you later. Hi, Monica's on mute, Kent.
See you,
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right.
So, Monica, Carrie wants to know if you have a channel. Carrie, to answer your question, she does, but she doesn't do any cooking. I'm trying to kind of goad her into that, doing cooking, because she does cook some amazing stuff. I've had Monica's food before, and it is some really good stuff. So, yeah, I think Monica's probably just area. Right, guys, we're at one hour. I need to take a 1 minute break. I will be right back, folks. Monica, keep the conversation going.
All right. Yo, where did your mother, little brother is? Where did Mike go? I'm getting a lot of feedback here, so I might have to exit and come back. Yeah, somebody else better come on video here. What did he do? Did he just go like, gonna go get another drink?
All right, break time's over. Be right back. Thank you, Stephen. Appreciate it. She'll be back. I think she's just in kind of a bad cell area. I think she went to the store for a moment to pick something up, and she'll be back. But yeah, Carrie, to answer your question, she does have a channel. She just doesn't do anything with it. So I am trying to prod her in that way. Yeah, Craig, what do you got next? Because that Portuguese dish looked amazing. Yeah, I scared her off. You got that right, dude. Yeah. Oh, Monica. Oh, my God. That's a blast from the past, dude. If anybody else wants to come on, please do so. I welcome it, guys. I really do. Nobody, no takers. It's either me or the vice presidential debates, guys. So, Craig, how do you, and I know we'll talk about this in 3 weeks when I have you on the show, but how do you come up with what's next? Just curious. Same with you, Carrie. What's next? I want to have Carrie on the show, too. Carrie, I was saying earlier that I want to turn this into an actual talk show where I bring some of my cooking buddies on, like yourself, and I'll hit you up and see if you would love to be a guest. I would love to have you on as a guest. So I'm just curious, what do you guys when you decide you're going to cook something, how do you do it? And Scott too. No, you do not, Scott. Just click on that link, buddy. For me, it's usually about 2 or 3 days out, and then I spend the week trying to look at all these things. Mike Montoya, oh my goodness, how are you, my brother? Good to have you on. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, for me, it's about 2 weeks out, man, and then, or no, about 2 days out, maybe 3 at the most. And I say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to film, and then I hit Zach up, say, hey, this is when we're going to film, and he says, okay. And then about an hour before, I prep everything, and then I usually have my customary 2 smokes and 2 to 3 beers, and just kind of figure it out from there. I hate the fact that I am a smoker, but I find it very relaxing. So, and my life behind the scenes is very complicated. So my wife, unfortunately, has got a lot of medical problems that we've been married 29 years. I love her to death. I could not imagine my life with anybody else. And we just get through it day by day and take care of the issues at hand. Oh, Carrie, who cares? The main thing is you're getting them out there, right? You're getting your videos out there. You're doing what you enjoy. That's what matters. It really does. I love watching your videos because you hear your son talking in the background, and every once in a while you see your husband, and you see like when you guys are off-roading. There was a time you had a friend with you, and there was something about a snake. I remember looking and going, whoa, shit, I hate snakes, man. But I watched the whole thing, and like the bear videos, and then when you first got your Weber kettle, I remember that you were doing cooking on the Weber. That's great. I think you did the Meatloaf challenge too. So remember the Meatloaf challenge? Yeah. That's all. That's what you do, Carrie. Is you just have fun with it. That's what it's. Once you quit having fun, then it becomes a job. And unfortunately, I'm not quite there, but I'm maybe just on the cusp of it because I just have my thing. There you go, Craig. Yeah. I like to plan things out a little bit. I'm not a big planner, but I do like to plan things out a little bit in advance. So, oh yeah, I remember watching your meatloaf. That was absolutely delicious. So, yeah, I did the pineapple meatloaf, and that was a last minute thing. I had planned on a different kind of meatloaf, but at the last minute, I said, I came across this saying like maybe 2 or 3 hours before I started filming it. I got to run to the Merc and get pineapple. Matter of fact, I think I still have the other thing of pineapple from that episode. Never been used. I don't even know if it's still in date. Let's look. Oh, I got till November 30th. So I better come up with something. So yeah, that was great. I love that pineapple one. And Rick did it, and Chris, and I think Monica's back. Come on, show your face. Show your
Sorry,
face.
my phone died, so I had to.
Okay. Steven's back. Steven's back.
Hi, Steven.
Steven's back.
Back again.
Show your face. You already showed it before. What's the point now?
I know, because my phone died. I'm trying to give it a second. It's still charging.
That's not my problem. Not yours.
You better start acting right. Okay, so
you got quite a few channels you need to take a look at, Monica.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too.
Yeah, I'll send you a message from Steven to Carrie, Mike Montoya, Craig, everybody, man.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. These guys have a lot of fun. They really do, and it's they're serious about their cooking. They are. They believe in what they're cooking, but they have fun doing it, and that's all that matters.
That's what's
All it matters to me. Just like me, I believe in what I'm cooking. I try to have fun, as much fun as possible. That's why I had to cut back to one video a week, because it just got to the point it was almost too much for me.
Hey, I like that new I don't know what it is that you got there, that iron griddle that you guys
Oh,
have.
the Cuisinart.
That's awesome.
The Cuisinart 360. Yeah,
That's badass.
we are like the Goonies.
They're the Goonies.
Yeah. So Scott, yeah, the Cuisinart's awesome. I dig that thing. Kent calls it the round Blackstone.
Yeah.
So,
The round
so
Blackstone.
yeah,
So
because
are
Blackstones are rectangular for the most part.
The only one that does that.
Yeah, and I love it. I'm working on a video, and I've actually attempted 3 times on it, and they just never turn out to make fried rice on it, where I can just kind of.
Ooh.
It's just never turned out. I'll give it
Good.
one more shot, and if it doesn't work, I'm done with it. Someone said videos. David. So Scott's heavy on equipment. Scott's got all sorts of fun toys.
I like toys.
And so, Monica, have you seen my fridge of fame? Let's see. Let me move this over. My fridge of fame.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. That's Scott's right there. That's Craig's right there. Kent, he's right there. So one of the things that we do is stickers, and we have a blast with it. We trade stickers with each other, and Scott puts them on his. So Scott's got this thing that's got like different slots in it that has different kind of pellets in it, so he can just go over there and open it up and fill up his pellets and dump it. Right. So he has his version of the fridge of fame. Craig has, I think it's called the beer fridge, and he puts his stickers up on that. Now, Steven, I know I sent you a video or a sticker about a month and a half ago. I don't know if you ever got it or not. I hope you did. I know I sent it. It took Patrick over at Patty Joe's Cooking about the pellet can. Yeah, the pellet can of fame. Yeah. So he's, like I said, that's what it is, Monica. It's a pellet can that's got all these slots in there for different kind of pellets.
Okay.
And so he just put the sticker up on there. And,
I feel inspired to make my own sticker now.
You should. Yeah. I would love to. I would totally help you out.
Like the one on your fridge, though. Like I have magnets. We could print them on magnets right off. Boom.
Yeah. Oh, you see all mine, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's my outdoor fridge, and
yeah,
it's got all these different. Like that was from the UK. That was from the UK. This is from Australia. This is from Colorado. This is Charlie over at Pickles. We got Uncle Steve, who makes the shakes that I use almost all the time. This is Dave over at Da Bomb Smokes. I know Dave's been having, he's been very occupied with his life, but he actually reached out to me today. This is Dustin, and you get to meet these people and you get to know them by name. Dustin over at TN, Grilling and Smoking. Of course, Rob over at Barbecue Pit Dogs. I always want to call it Pit Dog Barbecue. Rick, who's usually on, but he's not tonight. And we got Scott. So, and this is actually an Instagram guy, Naughty Beaver. A Naughty Beaver Barbecue.
I like that one. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, and I've got several other stickers also that I need to put up.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So, okay, Scott. Okay, cool, Scott. So, you haven't got it yet, Steven? Oh my goodness! I know I sent it out, but you remember how long it took you to get Uncle Steve's stuff? It took you forever, dude. It's probably sitting in a postal bag in Cuba somewhere, slowly on its way. Yeah, that's why I didn't write that report on Cuba, because I knew everything was slow. So that's why I did it on Trinidad and Tobago. So, yeah, I mean, it's such a cool community.
Monica, Bobonica, Fee-Fi, Fofonica.
Exactly. I didn't, Carrie. Is it in the notes? Or I would love to send you one, Carrie. I really would. Is it up here in the stuff? I don't have anything to really write with. I'm sorry, Carrie. You might have to send it to me again, Carrie. I'm sorry. Yeah. Check the Miami post office box, Steven. These guys have such a great sense of humor too. You know. Okay, I will take a look, and I will get you one out this weekend, Carrie. I've got 2 or 3 others that I need to get out as well when I review this video. So, yeah, I'll get you one, Carrie. I promise. But they're such a great group of people, Monica, and we have so much fun. And you know what? We're all here to support each other. You know, even though I got four viewers right now, it doesn't matter because I'm here with my friends. We're just all sitting here BSing, having a good time. There you are. Hey, hey, Tony Trucks, how are you? So, Tony, tell us about SEAL Team. How was your time on SEAL Team? What do you think about Jason Boner? So this is my live chat on Wednesdays. I'll have this like crazy peak, and then it'll kind of die down, and that's fine. I don't care. It's all about having fun. That's what it's all about.
I'll mess his hair up if I want to mess his hair up.
That's right. That's right.
Bosley hair commercial. Like, this is my hair. I'll mess this hair up if I want to mess this hair up.
So Monica, late November, early December, I'll schedule you in here, and I would love for you to make your Spanish spaghetti.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
That sounded amazing.
It is the bomb.
Yeah, Spanish spaghetti. Oh God, that sounds good. I love a good spaghetti. Yeah, I did beer cheese soup recently. It just came out Monday, and it really was the simplest of ingredients: it was beer, onions, celery, little Uncle Steve shake, pork, and Velveeta cheese. That's all it was.
I love simple dishes like that though.
Exactly. And I had a guy on Facebook. I don't know if he's a troll or whatever. I'll get to that here in just a second, Scott. That is interesting. So I had a troll on Facebook saying, that sounds horrible. This is how you should make it, blah, blah, blah. And he listed all these shit ingredients. And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't like carrots. There you go. I don't like dark ales. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So my response was, well, what if I don't like the ingredients? Then what? Should I still make it just because you said I should make it?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, whatever, dude. Scott, Instagram. You know, I post on Instagram, kind of like Twitter. Monica, you may have your mic up or something. I don't know. You might mute it. I don't know what it is. Nah, see, and then it went away. So I don't know. Anyhow, I post on Instagram, but you know what, Scott? I don't get a lot of viewers off of Instagram. When I look at where my viewers come from, it is usually Facebook. Believe it or not, Nextdoor. I get quite a lot. I have a Nextdoor group called Cooking with Mike, and it's just like 30 neighborhoods around here in Star, Idaho. And that's where I get most of my views from. Probably number 3 would be Instagram. The problem is with Instagram is you can't really click on the links unless you go actually to the person's bio. And that's, or you can send it out in a message. There's another guy named Yvonne over at Food Galore Mexico that I follow, and he's on here. He was on here a couple weeks ago. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would prefer to, so this is, when I click on your video or Craig's or Carrie's or whoever's, I don't care who it is, I watch the whole video. I may not be there 100% going, you know, and maybe off working or whatever, but I have it on my headphones and I'm listening, right? And that's how I do it. And sometimes, so like, let's say this morning, when I looked at my YouTube, last week, I was on call last week, and it was a week from hell. I've never been more busy in my life. And I had 156 YouTube notices. And I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. So then I started going through Facebook, and I'm like, okay, here's here's Craig's, like today. Here's Craig's, because I had yesterday off. Here's Craig's. So I clicked on his link. I watched it. So even though I'm on Facebook and it takes me over to Craig's link, it'll show that when Craig looks at his stats, it'll show that it came from Facebook. But yet what I like about Facebook is I can click on it and then it takes me directly to my YouTube account. And so that's how I watch it. So if I'm not following somebody on Facebook or they don't post in a group that I'm in, then what I do when Mr. Popular. So then what I do is I'll go through my YouTube and I'll have to scroll through all the comments because I've already done the comments, right? And I'll go, oh, here's Richard from Our New Barbecue. Boom. But if I see Richard from Our New Barbecue and he on Instagram and he posts something, I just hit like and comment. But I have never went from Instagram to a YouTube channel. It's always from Facebook. I actually did one today from Twitter because they also have a Cuisinart 360 griddle. And I went and looked at their video, subscribed to them, liked it, and they didn't reciprocate. So whatever. So that's my thoughts on Instagram. I post on there, but I don't get a lot of traffic from it. It's all Facebook. For me, it's all Facebook or notifications. The video that I have going right now, so my latest one is the beer cheese soup. Let's take a look. I got my other laptop going, so enter studio. Come on. I've had 148 views, which for me is about average. I'm a small YouTuber. Sometimes you get just a shit ton of views. I've had one video that's had a boatload of views. It had, for me, it had 1,500 views. And that's out of 119 videos. Other than that, I don't get a lot. I really don't. And, you know, every video I post out there, I always think, you know, hey, this is going to be the one. This is going to be the one. I've only had it once. Now, I've had other videos that have crossed 1,000. Like I did a Wagyu steak back in September of 2019. But it took a good 8 months for it to cross 1,000. So I've even played with, last 2 weeks, I've been playing with thumbprints. Yeah, Carrie, it is sad. It really is. And I'm not. Yeah, there's a lot of groups out there, Craig, that you can post, but most of them, or not Craig, I'm sorry, Scott. Most of them are sub for sub, which I do not like. I will send you a link to a group that I have that is not sub for sub. It does require some work on your part, but I have had really good results from it. It's actually one of the reasons why I went from 700 subscribers to, you know, at the time 1,100, and then all of a sudden 12, is because of this group. But it's not sub for sub. Everybody's required to do their part when it comes to watching videos. And but you know what, Carrie, I'm totally there with you. It sucks. You just kind of like whatever, and you try all the keywords possible. Nothing seems to work, and then all of a sudden, boom, it hits. You get that one, and that's the way it was for me with a hamburger steak and gravy. It took 3 days into it. I was at like 100 and maybe 50 views. And then every time I hit refresh, I was up 20. And I'm like, holy crap, why is this? And I can't explain it. I've not been able to produce it since. I have 1,202 subscribers, and I get 148 views. You're just like, what? Why? You know, why am I only getting 148 views? You got that right, Stephen. You know, there are certain people more than others, yourself, Scott, Carrie, Craig, Charlie, Kemp, that I make every effort to view their videos, whether I have time or not. And I always watch the entire video. And I think there's something to be said with that with YouTube, because one, it increases your view, but it also kind of, YouTube's algorithm kind of says, okay, hey, this person had a video, somebody watched it, let's try to put it out there one more time. But I always watch. I may cut it off at the last 2 or 3 seconds, but I always watch the entire video. It's just, and there's probably 15 people that, maybe 20 at the most, that I do that to religiously. And you guys, every one of you guys on here is one of them that I do religiously. So, and I don't know. Yeah, exactly. But, you just go, I have 1,200 subscribers. Why am I not getting 300 views? It just means because they subscribe, but they didn't ring that bell. Or they just kind of overlooked it, Like tonight, it was kind of interesting. I had some strange people on here earlier, and I'm very thankful that they showed up. Don't get me wrong. I'm very thankful they showed. But I've never heard of them before. Well, who was it that had one the other night? It was Philip Reddick with Daddy Cooks. And this is one that I kind of worry about too. He had one. Yeah, that's cool, Scott. He had one where this person came on, and it was just kind of like Monica, right? They didn't show their video. No offense, Monica. Love you to death. Really do, girl. And he's like, I don't know if I should do this. And it was Jared and he's another one I watch religiously, from Frack Daddy, and myself. Were you on there, Carrie? Well, I think you might have been on there too, Carrie. And the guy got on there, I hate the N-word. I hate the N-word. I think you were on there, Carrie. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Stephen. You got to keep it fun. You got to keep it fun. But when it came to the way Phil did it, he handled it very professionally. He's just like, yep, if you guys weren't on here, I would have probably talked to the person and said, hey, what's going on? But, Jared from Frack Daddy, I was on one of his chats one time. And, yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. And somebody came on and just started saying, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat. Well, guess what? I am too. Big deal. Who cares? And I think it might have been Steven or somebody like that who just said, who's a moderator, just said, yep, you're gone. And that's one of the reasons why you have moderators, right? Because I can't sit here and watch this the entire time. That's why I pretty much made everybody a moderator. All my friends are on here, from Carrie to Craig, Steven, Kent, everybody. And I know you guys got my back, so I just like, yeah, you guys can all have it. I got that from Charlie, actually. Charlie's the one that everybody's a moderator, because he knows everybody has their back, right? Hey, Scott. And some idiot like that is going to sit here and go fat, fat, or ugly, ugly, or N-word, N-word, N-word. Any one of you guys I know for a fact would sit there and go block. You're gone. And I don't doubt that one bit. Yeah, but that's just me. So, but yes, at the end of the day, I try to watch every one of your videos the entire way through. Hell yeah, I'm fat. I own it. I love it. Oh, is Charlie out there? Come on, Charlie. Come on, brother. I wish Charlie was on. Charlie and I actually talked about in late July about doing a show together, and I may try to resurrect and see if he wants to do it on this. So, what the idea was behind the show, and I love this idea, and I think I'm gonna do it when this one kind of evolves. Patrick, are you back? Good day again. Are you still driving on the wrong side of the road, Patrick? Come on, be honest. So anyhow, Charlie's and my idea was to have a show, come on, Monica, mute, where we highlighted people who were the small YouTubers, even smaller than us. Yeah, how is Thursday looking, Patrick? Looking into the future, Patrick, how is Thursday looking? The great Criskin here. How is Thursday looking, Patrick? Is it going to be a good one or a bad one? So that was our idea, and I and it never kind of came to fruition. I wish it had, because I love Charlie to death. But that's kind of where I want to go with this. And anytime Charlie wants to hop in or anybody else, I'm all, me, I'm all about that. Come on, guys. I love having you on. I so look forward to Wednesday nights, guys. I really do. Unfortunately, I can't do it next Wednesday night because I'm busy. But the following Wednesday, I should be in my studio, which is my garage, because it's starting to get cold out here, guys, in Idaho. Oh, I damn sugar at night. Guys, don't tell my mom that I smoke, please. She doesn't know. It took me 3 years to tell her I had a motorcycle, and I'm 53. Just not my style. Patrick, you still driving on the wrong side of the road or what? How are we going to fix that? Though I gave Patrick shit about this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He sends me he and I email each other. He sends me an email saying, "Cuz I tried driving on the right side of the road, but it didn't work out." She knows now. Yeah, I think she might be on Facebook. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you. I really do. Sorry, you're oldest. You're not much older than me, cousin. I hear you. Mom, I love you. You're oldest. I do this because you know how stressful my life is. And these are what I call my don't give a shit pills. So, or as Charlie would say, I've got to answer the door. I got to give Charlie shit, even though he's not here. I wish he was. So, Patrick, what are you doing? You working? Slaving away? All right, Steven. Good night, my brother. I'll hit you up on Instagram and talk about scheduling you if that's cool. I'll hit you up anyways, and if you're not, that's fine. If you are, that'd be cool. Good night, Steven. Thank you so much for showing up, brother. Steven's awesome. I love him. He's great. Where the hell did Monica go? Just finished a job? Well, guess what? Boom. There's the link. Hop on. I got to know who my cellmate is in Melbourne before I go. All right, Carrie. Good night. Love you, babe. Mwah. Have a good night. I'll have you on when I start the show. You're the best, Carrie. Guys, make sure you do check out Carrie's bear series. She did like a bear steak and bear hamburgers. They look awesome, guys. Here's Lucero. She's back. Is she just going to show us that thing, or is she going to actually show us her face? Come on, Tony Trucks. Show us. Guys, I'd like to introduce you to Tony Trucks from SEAL Team.
Hey,
Tony, what does season 4 have in store for SEALs? Yeah, I can barely hear you.
Okay, hold up.
Patrick, the link's out there. Get on there, brother.
All right. How come I cannot see or hear anybody else?
That's for you, Patrick. That's cousin love. How come you can't hear anybody else?
Yeah.
Because it's just you and me.
Well, you're conversing with these other guys, or they like?
Yeah, because I can see them on. Yeah, I can see them on my chat.
Gotcha. I thought
Patrick,
you were,
I believe, yes.
I thought you were making up this experience. I'm like,
No, yeah, it's just at the end of the day, it's just you and me, Monica. There's
I know,
nobody
he's
else
just like
here.
having this whole conversation with these other people.
Monica, what are you doing later tonight?
Yep, you done cracked up now.
Yeah. Monica, I have White Russians. What are you doing later tonight?
I have White Russians too. Actually, I'm on this new thing, 99 bananas. Have you had that? Oh my God, it's good.
What is it?
99 bananas.
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh my gosh, hold on a second. I'll have to go get it real quick.
Is it like really good cheese out of Australia?
What? It's really great alcohol.
Oh, alcohol. Okay. Patrick out of Australia, when he did this video where he's like really good cheese. You're like, huh? Patrick, are you still there? I love you, bro. I love you, cuz. Patrick, I'm thinking about 2 years from now, just making a trip down there. I'm going to need a place to stay because I got to keep this cheap because I'm using mileage to make my trip to Australia. I hope Alaska has partners. It probably cost me about 500,000 miles. I got 100,000, so I'll have to spend a shit ton of money between now and then.
Okay, I got it. Let me see.
All right, show us. 99 banana. What the hell is that, girl?
It
That
is
sounds.
freaking good. It's really good.
You drink it out of the bottle?
Yeah. Taking a pull off of the 99 banana. Yeah, that's why I play bullshit bingo throughout the day.
Bingo? Bullshit
Yeah,
bingo?
you know, 'cause it's
I
all
love
on video
bullshit
now.
bingo.
Like, oh, hold on a second. I put myself on camera mute.
Were you there the time that I don't remember if you were on the other side or not. It was Louisa and I were playing bullshit bingo
Yeah.
during thing. And I'm like, bingo!
Yeah.
Because of
Yeah.
energy and all this shit.
Or he's like, B, I don't remember what it was, B4. We were doing some crazy shit.
So funny.
I know.
Oh my God, Chris from East Wind Farms. You got to meet this guy. Come on, Chris. Come on. So Chris is out of New England area, and he loves cats. And he's a Marine. Well, he's I'm not sure if he's retired or out of the Corps, but from what I understand, once a Marine, always a Marine. And Chris is awesome. We got into this conversation about 3 weeks ago. Oh, okay. Well, you had your choice between me or the debate, Chris. Now I get it. So we got into talking guns one night. Oh my God. These conversations go all over the place when other people come on. It's crazy.
I recently, because I'm not really, a gun girl, but I feel like we should have like a form of defense, Martina and I. And so I think I can't remember what I ordered this. It's a defense system. It's actually a gun, but it shoots. It's non-lethal. It's
Okay.
like shoots paint, so like a pepper spray, and it shoots like all kinds of crazy stuff. It's like a Maxwell Smart gun or something.
Okay.
Or Go-Go Gadget.
Go-Go Gadget.
Go-Go Gadget pellets. But
Well, my brother I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, was on some remote island over by Kodiak, and he and his partner was about 100 feet away from him, and he got out of the blue, this bear charged him and knocked him on his ass, and he couldn't grab his pistol, but his instinct was to grab his bear spray, which is basically pepper spray.
Right.
And this bear was gnawing on his leg, and he's trying to kick it, and he couldn't get the safety off of the pepper spray fast enough. He finally got it off and sprayed the shit out of this bear, and he got a good whiff of it too, but he ended up getting like 10 stitches.
No, that's not that bad. It could have been way worse.
Exactly, and that's what he was saying. Oh, Marcel's on. Oh my gosh, Marcel, how are you? See, that's what I'm saying, Monica. These people are cool.
I know. I wish I could see them.
Daddy cooks. Oh my gosh. Phil. Oh, so Phil's the guy that I got into the Blazing Saddles conversation with
Oh
2
God.
weeks ago. And
Don't want to hear this.
No. We it's no holds bar conversation, right? And you got to meet Phil. Phil is the bomb. Last week we talked about the Constitution and changing it, and how his ideas on it and my ideas on it, and it was great. We had such a blast.
Weren't you a history major?
What's that?
You were a history major, weren't you?
Yeah. I have a degree in history, and we had just a blast talking about it. And and we were on opposite sides of the spectrum, but at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? I don't. It should be a conversation. It's not about going, "Oh, you're wrong, you piece of shit, you're wrong,"
Right.
blah blah blah. Okay, Phil, I look forward to you coming on. I have to answer the door. I'll be right around the corner. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere, Monica, because you're gonna like Phil. Phil is awesome.
Hey, you should connect some more people to this stream, the StreamYard.
Yeah, we got 5 or 6 people watching. So I'll be right back.
I don't know why he goes away to do it. Come on now.
Ow.
I'm going to take a drink of my 99 bananas. Please hold.
Hello.
Hey, I just took a drink of my 99 bananas. 99 proof.
I'm gonna come over and we're gonna try it. I'm on
Seriously,
vacation.
it
I'm gonna
is.
come over.
Man, it's like burning.
You're not in the same place, right? But last time I saw you when you had the weights.
No, I moved downtown. I'm downtown now.
Okay, you have to hit me up.
Yeah.
So Phil has a podcast that he does, and I gave him permission for last week's show to edit it because we just talked about the Constitution and rights and stuff like that. And even though we weren't, in sync together, it was just a conversation, and that's what it's all about. Let's just have a conversation. Whether I felt that Phil was right or wrong, it didn't matter to me. We just had a good time talking about it. Phil's out of North Carolina. He's a retired airborne ranger, and I love chatting with him. He's a lot of fun. Oh, here we go, Daddy. You got to check out his setup, Monica. Check out that setup. Holy
Daddy cooks.
I hope y'all can hear me. Can you hear me?
Finally.
A brother from another mother. How are you,
Yes,
Phil?
indeed.
Yo, word to your mother, little brother.
How you doing, Monica? Love you like cooked food. I just met you, but I still love you anyway.
So, Phil, Monica and I used to work together years ago.
Oh, shit. You're lucky, man. She's beautiful. You lucky mofo.
Girl. We got in a lot of trouble back in the day, but God, we had fun.
I'm jealous.
We had a blast.
I'm jealous.
I have missed Monica. We don't really talk a lot anymore, but I have missed Monica because she was one of those people like you, Phil. You don't have to struggle to come up with a conversation, right?
Oh, that's great.
It just flows.
Nice.
Kind of like diarrhea.
That's what it's all about, man.
Well, look, the difference between a conversation and a good conversation is diarrhea and explosive diarrhea.
Oh, there you go. Well, we've been known to be a little explosive at times, too.
It was
awesome. I'm adjusting my sound settings. I'm sorry. Hold on. Am I good? Yes, I am.
we had this boss, and she was actually a very sweet lady.
Oh.
But she would tell you one thing, and then a couple days later you would do what she wanted, and she'd go, "That's not what I wanted." And you're like, "What the hell are you talking about, lady? I wrote this down. This is exactly what you wanted."
And the tasks were not like just simple tasks. It was like monumental. You put your heart and soul, like 50, 60 hours a week, and then get to the finish line, and she's like, "What? I didn't want that. I wanted this." Oh, sweet Jesus, help her, Lord, help her.
So we got to the point that we would check in with her as time went on, and even then she would go, "That's not what I want." You're like,
"Wow."
Yeah.
So what I missed, man, y'all been on for like an hour and a half or whatever. I just got in. I was watching the debate. We're not going to get into politics, but I was just watching the debate, and now I'm back.
And Blazing Saddles. Well, let's not get into that one either.
See,
that was a good show.
I'll tell you, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Mike said it, but see, I have no filter.
That's true. No filter.
I mean, I'm not vulgar, crazy, or nothing. But if there's a subject, I'm uninhibited. I will talk about a subject because I don't feel that there's anything that you can talk about subject-wise, even controversial, where you should be offended. You should be able to converse.
Right.
Correct.
And, you know, that's me. You can talk about anything. I was going to say something bad, but I'm not. You can say anything. I used to say from P to P, but I'm not going to say what they are. But there should be no subject that you can't discuss because you can't learn or understand anyone else's perspective on it, even if it's terrible or heinous or ugly or scary. I don't understand how Monica feels about it if I can't ask you the question.
Right.
You know, that's my philosophy. So I talk about anything. So let it fly, folks. I'm here.
So Monica, Phil and I were talking about Blazing Saddles, and we use in context the N-word, right? And I actually said the N-word several times in context with the movie.
Yeah.
I would never use it against somebody, right? Oh, there's Chris. Oh my God, Chris.
Oh, there's Chris. He's here. Well,
But,
let
yeah.
me help you out, Mike. There is no word that cannot be talked about
I agree.
because words are used for either description, language, or as a weapon.
I
Any
agree.
word, you know. But if you can't talk, my thing is, if you can't talk about a subject, we're a fucked up society.
Exactly.
If you can't talk about something uncomfortable, ugly, scary, beautiful, sexual, crazy, retarded, those are great words. But if you can't
great
talk
words.
about a subject, you're stunting a society. There should be nothing that I can't ask you. Hey man, how you feel about anal sex? I didn't say I want to do it to you.
Yeah.
I just asked you your opinion. Does that make sense? Freudian slip. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I should be able to ask a question, not necessarily to a perfect stranger, but once you get into a conversation, you kind of massage the conversation, you get into a kind of a comfort zone, you should be able to ask a question, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
I just want to say I have no filter, and when I say I have filter, I have no PHILTER.
That's funny.
You know, I mean, I hope what I said made sense. You know, I can't learn from another person, culture, or anything if I'm too scared to ask the question.
Correct.
You know,
You're absolutely right.
and then I also feel that I shouldn't be offended, shocked, or totally screwed up because you asked me something I wasn't expecting. You got to kind of recombobulate. Oh, shit, I wasn't expecting that, but I should still be able to answer it. You know,
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah. Two people went away. Did I just mess up the line?
I didn't go.
He came back.
No, Monica's phone's been kind of flaking out. It kind of comes and goes. So.
And I just popped in. I'm not trying to make your live another hour long. You know how I do it.
I'll be all over it, dude. It's early for me still, man.
Hey, Phil.
Yes, sir.
I've never killed anyone, but I've made people want to kill themselves.
I can't say that. I have.
Yeah.
And I have.
I think that I can make people want to kill themselves is more powerful than just pulling a trigger.
I think having a very detailed plan. I know you are. Having a detailed plan and having the ambush or the raid go off perfectly, where you don't lose anybody and the bad guys go away, is just a good application for a job.
Let me tell you,
I can come up with a plan and execute it.
Hey, Phil,
yes,
what is your newest toy?
Oh, my newest. Oh, dude, the newest toy is. Oh, dude, I got the rig done.
And
I.
I'm only setting you up because I want to show you my newest toy.
Oh, you first. Yeah. Wait. I gotta say it. You show me mine. I mean, you show me yours. I show you mine.
Let me go to the bedroom. I'll be right back with my new.
Oh my goodness! Is that a M22
M82A1?
M82A1 50 cal sniper rifle?
Wow.
Holy shit! Man, I'll just go show you. I'll go show you my computer.
I'll be out there next weekend.
Is
Chris.
that a 50 cal?
Yeah.
Holy goodness!
Wow.
That's money. How much it cost, please?
It was on sale.
On sale for what? $2
There you go.
It was
It was on
on
sale. That's all that matters.
It was like a small Nissan.
I got you. Now I fired my first M82. If that's M82, I fired my first M82 at Fort Benning, Georgia, on Red Cloud Range. I fired 2 rounds. The first one to get over the freaking paranoia, and there's no recoil, but it's so big it scares the balls off you. So I fired my first round. Pow! I was like, pow! I was like, oh shit! That felt like it was no more of a kick than an M16 M4.
That shotgun.
Really?
It's loud as shit now.
Yeah.
It's loud as hell. And then the second round, I did have a spotter because I was a ranger school instructor, and I was there with the sniper guys. And I had a sniper spotter. Dude, I'm talking about a target. I think it was either 1,500 or 1,800 meters out. And he did that. I fired one more round. Boom! And hit. He said, "You want to shoot again?" I was like, "No, man. You ain't going to take my one shot, 1 kill away, baby. You're not going to do it." Dude, that thing is a monster.
Those are
It's a
things that
monster.
like shoot through cement walls and shit like that.
Well, let me put it delicately. If it hits you in the joint, the appendage is coming off.
Not my problem. I don't have that. I ain't gonna worry about it.
If it hits you in a shoulder or a hip, you're losing an arm or a leg. Back me up.
Wow.
Back me up. Come on, man. Am I lying?
That's insane, dude.
Mike, have you shot before?
Oh yeah. I have a 30-30 and SKS. My favorite though is my 1911. I have a 22, of course, shotguns, all that shit. But another one I like is I have a Hawkins 50 cal muzzle loader, and I love shooting.
Oh, see, but a muzzle loader, you're talking about a ball.
Yeah.
M82, you're talking about a freaking round.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. And the muzzle loader's like anything past about 20 feet, and good luck hitting it.
Now,
right?
I would say this. As much damage as the M82 would do, that muzzle loader at close range, you're done. if you get hit with that cannonball, you're done.
Yeah.
Mike, I know you dropped your cigarette, but
That's all right.
what's the biggest rifle round you've ever shot?
I've actually shot a 50 cal, but I don't recall what it was out of, but good God, that thing was crazy.
Okay. Well, so
It was years ago.
So you've seen the size of them. So
Oh, man.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, don't compare, man. I can't even.
Yeah.
I don't have anything big enough. I mean, I can pull my pants
30,
down.
30 cal versus
that's what she.
no comparison, dude.
Listen, a 50 cal round. Now, this is what I've heard. You can back me up on this one. A 50 cal round, if it flies within a half an inch of you,
I've heard.
it will still cut you. It doesn't have to hit you to hurt you.
Damn.
Yes.
Dude,
That's power, dude.
Phil, that's like those old mama videos. I'm gonna cut you, bitch.
A 50 cal. I mean, I fired a lot of big stuff. Okay, I've dropped mortars in training. You know, I'm not a mortar guy, but oh man, come on, man. That right there is minuscule to a 50. Wait, there it is.
That's a green tip.
Look, man.
3
Look at the 50. Look at the difference.
Damn.
Hold it.
Hi, Laura.
Yeah.
Laura's on with us with Cypress Blue. Hi, Laura.
Man.
What's up, Laura?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, I can see a half inch away from you. That's gonna still rip
Oh,
shit up.
look, Chris, I gotta respect you, man. Yours is bigger than mine.
That whole black white thing isn't true. That whole black.
It's not true at all. Yours is bigger than mine, baby. But I will say, you just held it up and it was black. So, I'm
I just have a
saying.
little 22. It's definitely bigger than mine. I'm a 22.
Oh, man,
hey,
I love you
it's
guys.
22 long, okay?
Yeah, man. But yeah, those things will definitely reach out and touch you, man. Now, I will say this.
Fried tofu.
I will say this though. It doesn't matter what kind of firepower you have. If you can't shoot it,
That's
it ain't
true.
worth a damn.
It's
If you can't hit your target,
shot
you got it's a firework and make a lot of noise.
I don't want
If you can't hit your target,
I don't want to get hit with a BB gun. Okay.
I
You know,
know,
No,
man.
You hit me.
they hurt.
I'm done.
You can get dead with a BB gun. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
9mm.
I had a little Daisy Red Rider thing, click, click. And somebody dared me when I was a kid, when I was a dumbass kid, to put it on my foot and fire.
Let me say,
Crap.
I'm live.
Oh, hey everybody.
Hello.
That's my oldest daughter.
Hi, baby.
right
How
there.
are you?
What y'all do?
Nice to meet you.
We talking about shooting people. When we turn,
Hey,
so I can fill up the volume.
Phil's daughter. Is his Chicago dogs really that good?
Yes.
I turn the speakers on. Yeah, look, my dog's good.
I'm going to do a copycat recipe.
Might be small. That's good.
Oh no, my dog gonna fill your mouth up now. See, there you go. You made me do it. I love you guys. Oh my goodness. I wanted to make sure I came in, Mike, because you said make sure I came in on Friday, on Wednesday, and I made it.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Phil.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
We got Monica back. Come on.
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
my sound is getting bad.
The beautiful lady. She's come out to visit with us. So his Chicago dog is that good. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
it is.
I watched that and I was drooling. I love a good Chicago dog.
You watched that? That was live when I was just.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a live video. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to recreate that with your permission. Thank you for giving me.
You don't need my permission. I did not create the
know.
Chicago dog. I just exploited the shit out of it.
Oh,
I just need to figure out where to find the sports pepper because we don't have them around.
Where to find the what?
Sports pepper.
I'm hearing
Oh, dude, Amazon. They
Amazon.
have a Chicago dog pack. I got the peppers from. I got the
relish?
peppers. I got the relish. Well, actually, I bought the relish and the peppers when I was flying through Midway Airport. But I got I got the buns, the poppy seed buns off Amazon. You can get a whole kit off Amazon.
First thing to say is Phil can fly Southwest because he went to Midway. And there's a crazy echo that I'm hearing too.
That's not me.
Monica.
Okay, it's gone. But Phil flies Southwest.
Did I fly Southwest? I may have, or I might have went to like cheaptickets.com and got whatever the hell I could, man. And here's the deal. If I fly through O'Hare, then I got to rent a car and drive all the way across town through the Dan Ryan, hour, 2 hours. It's not that far, it's just traffic's shitty.
Southwest is a great airline to fly now because they block the middle seats. But before, back in the day, me and my boys always said every full Southwest flight, that was a trailer park that was empty.
I know, right? Yeah, but freaking fly Southwest to Midway. It's because my father lives on the south side, and Midway Airport, smaller airport, is pretty much on the southwest side. If you land in O'Hare, you're north side. You're driving all the way across Chicago, and that's a.
I've only been to O'Hare.
Test. Yeah,
I took Delta from here to O'Hare to Virginia Beach back in 2018 and then back.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've been to Chicago. I love the band. Chris will attest to that. By the way, Chris, I did get an email from YouTube. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. They just went about my business.
Talking about bands, talking about Chicago. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen.
Yes. Eddie Van Halen. Oh my gosh.
Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, man. That was a blow.
What a loss, man.
I know.
Seriously.
I know. I had to say that. Anyway.
We went to our local pub last night because my sister's a bartender, and I put on Hot for Teacher, Ice Cream Man, Beat It, because he played the guitar solo on Beat It.
I know.
You know?
I was surprised how many people didn't know that was Eddie Van Halen and Beat It.
Exactly. I had one guy at the
way that people didn't know that.
one guy at the bar was like, "What the fuck are we doing listening to
Michael
Jackson?" I go, "Did you not listen to the other two songs?" You go, "Yeah, they were Van Halen." I go, "Eddie played the guitar solo on Beat It." "Oh, that's cool, man." I'm like, "You dumbass."
I think the 80s were big into integration because you had Eddie Van Halen, and then you had that fucking English motherfucker from the Beatles that did Ebony and Ivory.
Oh,
He said it in English.
yeah.
Yeah, no, those back in the day. Yeah.
You want to talk 80s guitar? Steve Lukather
Don't know.
from Toto.
Oh.
He played on
You want to talk guitar? Come on, man. Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah. Gilmore? Yeah.
Gilmore is a master.
Exactly.
And look, I got in a shit talking contest. I was saying, listen, Pink Floyd is jazz. Pink Floyd is not rock, which is both. Well, I was like, Pink Floyd's jazz. And they were like, you're full of shit. Pink Floyd is rock. Dude, listen to it. It's so mellow. It's so mellow. Yep. And the guitar riffs, man. Oh, my goodness. I love Pink Floyd. Look, I'm in the army. Freaking in Italy.
Want to play music?
Look, I'm one of the few black guys in Italy, an airborne unit, and I'm listening to Dark Side of the Moon. I'm listening to Pink Floyd. They're like, dude, what are you listening? You're not supposed to listen to that. I'm like, how the fuck are you doing? I'm supposed to listen.
Why?
To? Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Why?
But,
why am I supposed to tell me why?
Goodness. Gilmore is the man. Well,
yes. I love acid rock. I love the buzz of the guitar from acid rock.
Okay.
So I started doing some studying on acid rock, and it is also considered proto-psychedelic and proto-heavy metal.
Okay.
So somewhere along the way, they split. Acid rock went away, and psychedelic came about, and then heavy metal came about.
See, but you're talking psychedelic. You're talking psychedelic guitar. You're talking Jimi Hendrix.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, if you're talking psychedelic Jimi Hendrix, you're talking freaking George Clinton. Nuances.
Considered acid rock.
Yeah. Well, see, now you start talking acid. You just turn it up. You turn it up by 100.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, the wah-wah sound. You can't.
You just turn it up by 100.
So Chris and I got in this conversation a couple weeks ago. My favorite guitarist is Terry Kath from Chicago. You listen to the first 3 or 4 Chicago albums. Yeah, I'm gonna get buzzed, dude. I'm gonna get buzzed. Yeah, but okay. Put on "Free" by Chicago, and you'll hear the buzz. Yeah, it's proto heavy rock. But but listen to Chicago 7, and you're going to get the psychedelic shit out of it too. I mean, it was just the way it was back then. Yeah, it was, in my opinion, it was real music. I'm a part of a YouTube group where we have to watch other people's videos, right? And one of the ladies put on some modern music, and I'm just like, what? And I was very polite, and I hit like on her video. Right. And I'm listening to this, but like, man, I am so far behind on modern music. I don't listen. I don't know that shit.
I'm gonna see if I can do this. I hope I can.
Put on "Free" by Chicago, and you'll hear what I'm saying.
Can y'all hear this? No, I don't think you can. It's in my headphones.
One of the things I loved about Pink Floyd is their heavy bass.
Yeah.
It's heavy bass. And
one of these days.
Every time I hear a Pink Floyd song, I turn it up because I know that bass is going to come right through. Yep.
Man, I wish I could figure out how to play this. What I wanted to play was that freaking guitar duo from Hotel California.
Ooh. I don't know.
Off the live?
Either what, live or the album version. freaking the Eagles, Hotel California, when they get to the
Because they got
Dude.
the 12 string and the 6 string
the
going.
12 string and the 6 string duo, guitar lead duo. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, you can't fucking beat that.
Yep, you can't. Yeah, absolutely.
can't
I
beat
love
that.
Eagles. Matter of fact, when I play bass in a duo, sometimes a trio,
Yeah.
and when the third ever shows up, and one of the songs that I sing while I'm playing bass is "Peaceful Easy Feeling." I love that song,
By
and
who?
I've got the right voice for it. You know, "Peaceful Easy Feeling" by the Eagles.
Ah, okay.
I got a peaceful, easy feel. I love that
Yeah.
song, you know, and it's easy on the guitar. I pick my guitar, but for whatever reason, when I'm singing, I can't just pick. I struggle with it, so I had to finger it.
Ah,
I guess what I learned on was fingering, and then I went to pick.
I told my wife that I had to finger before I pick.
that's another night, Phil.
I don't want to mess your live up. I'm sorry.
Your daughter's probably right behind you. She's like,
No, she walked up. She'll hit me later. Be like, Daddy. When it's so terrible they can't speak.
I thought the dude hates the Eagles. The dude does hate the Eagles, but he does like Peaceful Easy Feeling. Matter of fact, Peaceful Easy Feeling is the one that he gets kicked out of the cab while they're singing. Well, that was the song that was on the Big Lebowski. And he goes, I hate the fucking Eagles.
Okay, question for both of you, Mike and Chris. Best guitar solo.
Man,
Comfortably numb.
Huh?
Comfortably numb.
Oh,
I gotta agree. That's a great
I gotta
one.
go. Okay, what about you got comfortably numb, which is Pink Floyd, by the way,
Right.
and what's that other one by Gilmore?
There are so many. Gilmore
Don't
has
make me.
good ones.
But he did the big live video. He said comfortably numb. I can't talk. Stop it.
Got you.
White Russians for me, buddy.
Dude,
That's not
this,
racist
look,
either.
one-on-one wild turkey. I'm like 3 in.
That's my third White Russian.
Comfortably numb.
Comfortably.
See, now you're making me Google.
Oh, let me hold on.
Oh, here. Well, this ain't one of the best solos, but how many people have heard several species of small furry animals grooving with the pick?
What?
You mean pigs?
Huh?
I think I said it's a Pink Floyd song. Several species of small furry animals grooving.
Oh, yes.
What is it? Grooving in the forest with the pick or something like that.
Do you mean this from animals?
Yep.
Yes.
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 Animals was that was like in '69. I was just born that year, and
I can believe that.
yeah. Oh,
Hold on, I gotta get. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm thinking out
sorry.
loud. I'm thinking out loud because I'm googling.
25 or 6 to 4. The guitar solo rocks, in my opinion.
All right, not that one.
There are-
Comfortably
there-
numb.
I'll say 5 to 10, at least in my genre.
Oh.
Were the best fucking guitar fucking solos.
I got it. Another Pink Floyd great solo by Gilmore
What
is "Shine On You Crazy Diamond."
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
God,
Come
those
on.
songs I haven't thought of forever, dude.
Come on.
Yep. I agree.
What was, Shine On You Crazy Diamond. That was named after the original guy that died in Pink Floyd. I think he OD'd.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
I can't think of his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And then just classic song is "Another Brick in the Wall." That's just classic.
That's that commercial bullshit. Fucking,
No, man. Have you watched it?
I have several times. Yeah.
I haven't
Have
watched
you have you watched it non-sober by whatever chemical? Man, if you watch The Wall on something,
Yep.
whatever,
Yep.
it's amazing. It's
It's
gonna freak you out and make you feel good, but not at the same time.
I'll tell you what, Phil. I retire in May, and I'm going to watch it again in May on a different substance. Yeah.
Man, acid.
You know?
Just try it. You look, it's gonna taste funny later, strictly from what I heard.
Strictly from what you heard.
You're gonna wake up after a long amount of hours because you ain't gonna sleep for a while, but it's gonna taste kind of arsenicy, strictly from what I heard. But you won't forget it. Don't stare at the lamps and don't stare at anything with dials on it.
So on Chicago too, Fancy Colors, their newest guitar player has been there for 25 years. He asks the songwriter, he goes, "Were you on acid when you wrote that song?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." Guys, we have SP
There it is.
Metric Chef online, Sheila. Oh,
I'm sorry. Chris is killing you.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You can play that shit all day.
I don't
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you this. You want to really screw yourself up? There's an animated movie came out in like the 70s, maybe the 80s. Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal, yes.
That was
Early
the best.
80s, yes.
I have that song that Deep Purple did a fucking song of that.
Yes.
You watch that shit on some other worldly chemical and have Pink Floyd in the background, you're going to have a baby.
Yeah.
Heavy Metal was fucking unbelievable. So that's
Yes, it is.
I
Great
know.
movie. Yep.
Stern. Remember that thing? Oh my goodness, y'all got me got tears in my eyes. Yes, sir. So everyone listening, I know you don't know me, but if you want to change your life, I just gave you the secrets.
it wasn't.
Gave you a secret to life. Tony Trucks is back. Hi, Tony Trucks.
Monica's back.
Tony.
Tony, what is going on with Steel Team Season 4?
I don't know, but I really want some more of that designated
Driver?
Survivor. There you go. Can't remember the name of it. It was actually a good show. I liked it.
Guys, I love giving Monica shit because she dishes it right back out. And that's what it's all about, brothers.
Blue Oyster Cult. Blue Oyster Cult.
Blue
UFC,
Oyster Cult, yeah.
UFC, yeah.
See,
I don't know, guys. I like acid rock, and I'll take Hendrix or Terry Kath any day over all of it. But, you know, it's all personal choice, right?
He
It
also
is.
likes Flock of Seagulls, guys. Don't let him fool you.
Oh, that one.
And I run. I ran so far. My music choices.
Flock of Seagulls.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I tell you, my music choices are based
Chris,
on.
you're going to get me busted, dude.
Me, I was in the military forever. So when you're in foreign countries, you're in the barracks or whatever, you just kind of grow into the environment of the people that you work with, fight with, blah blah blah, with people in the military. So the whole it's weird. Being the brother that listens to rap goes away. You end up being a guy with your group of your team and your comrades, and you just kind of grow into everybody's thing. You hear everything.
This, but you assimilate to the majority.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
But man, my musical repertoire is so big.
Yep.
And I think my daughters have grown from it because they don't just listen. They listen to a lot of everything. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I agree. I think I'm diverse, but I'm also the weirdo when you end up in, I go back home to the south side of Chicago, and they're like, let's see, come on, Tupac. There it is. But I go home.
I fucking love everything too, bro. Yeah.
I know, man. And it's beautiful. It is.
Monica might remember this story. With the group we were working with, I worked with a bunch of women. And I was the only guy, which was quite the experience to hear some of the shit that came out of their mouths. But everybody decided one day they were going to come up with a rap name, and there was like Skillet,
Oh yeah.
there was Skillet, and there was somebody else. And it came time for me,
Home
and I
fries.
said, "Yep, home fry. Yeah, mine was 2 packs of beer. That was my rap name."
2 packs of beer. That's awesome.
Talking about skillet, I went to a Bass Pro Shop and I get the smallest large skillet they had.
It's cute.
Nice.
Yeah. I think
Nice.
it's 2 eggs.
You can do an egg or 2 in there, yeah.
Eggs.
Man, that'll do 2 eggs and 2 strips of bacon, or one criminal.
Oh, shit. I'm trying to get Chef Sheila in here. She's awesome, but I'm not sure if she dropped or not. I didn't see that she had tried to drop in here. So. She's another YouTuber out there that I would love to get on my show.
Nice.
So Phil and
Yes.
Chris, I'm thinking about starting a show on Wednesday nights just for small YouTubers. Daddy Cooks, you're kind of royalty. But you're always welcome, my brother.
For small what? What
For small YouTubers, the small channels, just to come on as the guest. You're always welcome. You know that.
Well,
But,
shit, I'm a small YouTuber, man. Come on.
You are. You're like the 22 size. 22 long
But
girl.
see, the flaw with that idea is no one stays a small. Well, now you can say nobody, but many people don't stay small YouTubers for long.
Yeah.
Much like yourself.
Correct.
All right?
Yeah.
And Chris, you're all gonna grow. We're all gonna grow.
Yeah.
You just, if you keep.
I've grown more in the past 2 months by not having videos.
See,
No shit.
I've kind of tapered off because I've kind of branched off into other things. I'm splitting between Daddy Cooks and then the podcast, and I haven't put out a real. Well, I've done a couple lives. I haven't put out a real YouTube cooking video, traditional like I normally do, 3-4 cameras and yada yada. I haven't done that because I've had, there's other things I'm trying to take care of right now. I'm trying to get back into true fashion. I will eventually.
So
But,
you had Ryan and Matt on recently, right?
Yeah, they were on my podcast. Actually, it was my last podcast. Yours is next. Remember that conversation you and I had?
I was telling Monica about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that last conversation that you had with me and
Jared.
Frack Daddy, Jared.
Yeah, Jared.
That's my next podcast.
That was fun. I had a blast on that. I really did.
It was like 2 hours and something minutes. I downloaded that, your video. I converted to MP3. I'm just going to cut out about an hour of our conversation, not everything before I showed up.
Yeah,
That's going to be my next podcast, and you already gave me permission for that, so thank you.
Yeah,
that's going to be the next podcast, and then I'm gonna hit up. Hopefully I can get Ray Mack because he's about an hour from here, if that. Hopefully I can get him on a podcast. And then I got some other. I might do a couple solos, me talking about some crazy yakety smackety that I do.
Yeah,
just piss off the world, And then, yeah, man, I'm gonna go from there. And then on top of that, doing some cooking videos on my other channel. So I'm trying to manage the 2 different venues. I'm trying to get my feet on the ground with that thing.
Gotcha.
And yeah, hopefully I can get that to grow, and I don't have to take my ass back over to the Middle East, and I can just stay home and make some money because I'm really not trying to go back. I mean, you got to work.
Correct.
And my job set is, how to word it delicately, hurting people and blowing shit up. that's my job set. And you see all this shit on the wall.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to transition out of that.
Gotcha.
trying to do something more friendly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Who's good?
I'm sorry. I keep getting this message thing. Are you trying to log into Google? So I just asked my wife via text. Are you trying to log into Google? So I get this message keeps popping up, and I keep hitting. Okay. Perfect. She said yes.
Who's got the extra loud keyboard key?
Monica.
No, it's not me.
Whatever.
There's a microphone doing so. But I got no feedback. I'm straight headphones and freaking microphone, so it ain't me.
I can't find my headphones. I'm gonna go look for them real quick.
Yeah, you do that, Monica.
And the keyboard clicking stopped.
And
Hey, boom, booyah.
and look, and then there were 3.
Tony Trucks. That's what I got. Tony Trucks.
So I'm gonna come for you guys, man. Eventually, I need you guys on my podcast. Now, the podcast, what's unique, and the reason my podcast is different is although I do hit up YouTube cooking folks because those are the people that know me. My podcast isn't strictly about barbecue and cooking.
Correct.
All right. My podcast is you're free to talk about and do your social media and talk about your channel, blah blah blah, and then we're going to transition into a subject. Now, my subject that matches the guest. You with me? Now, for Chris,
You have to find the
we're going to talk about shooting. We'll talk about guns. We can talk. Yours is easy, and then and then we can talk about how do you feel about how people shoot, how people get the right to shoot? Is there a right to shoot? Is there not? We can get into that crazy shit and talk about that for a while.
I love my Weber too. I've cooked prime rib, lobsters, fucking fajitas.
Meatloaf.
Weber.
Killer Meatloaf.
Yeah. But, I'll introduce you, Chris, and we talk about Eastwind Farms, and you're going to do all your social media on that. But then the subject I would think would be, which I would prefer to go into, is, Second Amendment.
Sure.
That would be a perfect subject, and I'm coming for you about that.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, I need to come up with a subject. We're going to introduce Dude's Cook Kitchen and Grill and all that stuff, but I need a subject for Mike. And I think our subject would be freedom of speech.
Oh, I dig that. Another thing too I thought of is when I first saw you, I think you were on CJ's, you were on the hot seat, I believe.
Okay.
I think it was you, and you were talking about your podcast. Have you been on the hot seat? I know Chris has.
I was on the hot seat before I had the podcast. I was like I was in the top 10 of the first 10 people that were on
then
there.
it wasn't you. What I was thinking is they had a guy on there, and I thought it was you, who was talking about fatherhood. And he was doing a podcast based on fatherhood.
But that's a good subject.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it because I knew you were going to hit me up eventually. And I thought, I was raised by my stepdad, thank God.
Okay.
And not my old man, who I do have a relationship with, and he lives in my rental. But my stepdad is the reason why I'm the. What's that?
Do you gouge him? Your real dad?
No. I lose money on that thing. I lose about $100 a month on that thing. But I'm an only child, and he's ancient, and he has a house in Portland, Oregon. I'm in Boise, south side of Boise, and his house is mine, and it's worth about $700,000. So,
wow.
So when he's gone, guess where that house is going? Adios, mofo. One in my pocket.
Right.
Yeah. But, my dilemma is, well, it's not a dilemma. I like the way my podcast goes. I like to talk about things that aren't exactly the norm. I kind of want to be sensational, but not crazy.
I'd love to talk about freedom of speech.
Man, and the reason I came up with that is because how free sounds weird. How free the speech I have on your channel, and how we can talk about things like that. And
that's the
Chris,
whole idea.
I'm a gun guy. I'm a career career shooter. I'm not a career gun owner. I got a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun.
Sure.
But I don't have the Mungasa that. But it's not about what you have and what you're shooting. It's the philosophy about how you feel about it, which is important. And even if we differ, that's what makes the conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
freedom of
makes the
speech, brother,
conversation.
right there.
Yeah.
You talk about the First Amendment. And
Well, no, I'm talking about the Second Amendment. The First Amendment is what makes people have to need the second one.
You just said to Mike, you talk about the First Amendment, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But all the amendments matter to everyone in this country.
Yes.
Correct.
Regardless, freedom of speech, Second Amendment, search and seizure, fucking blah blah blah,
Fourth, yep.
Fifth Amendment, whatever you want. They were all created to make us not a tyrannical country.
True.
Correct.
And that's
Virginia Compromise. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, there's
Now-
a reason why it's the First Amendment. There's a reason why
Well,
the
there's
right
a
to bear arms
reason,
is the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
but there's a reason why there are amendments. Period, because the Constitution isn't perfect.
Correct.
So therefore, there were amendments to address things that were overlooked during the original writing.
No one
Bingo.
know what the Third Amendment is. What's the Third Amendment?
Well, the Third Amendment is quartering troops in household in times of peace.
Is that the Third Amendment?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
We
because
didn't
if
know
you
that.
can't, if you don't do it right, they're spies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that hasn't really been challenged in our time, and it never
Because
really has.
that's never been a thing.
Exactly.
That's never been a thing.
But it was big. It was big before we became a country.
Oh,
Yeah.
back
Back during the wars, the Revolutionary War. Of course, you couldn't hide British troops,
right.
house.
to help fight against the freaking, the American troops. I mean, the colonists. But my point is, man, I hope that's an innocent cough. I'm just gonna say. You're already distanced. You're by yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But no,
Anyway.
I'm a firm believer, and there's a reason why the First Amendment is number one. The Second Amendment is number two. I think that was importance of how they thought back
And
then.
I agree 100%. Freedom of speech, and then freedom to defend that shit if you had to.
Correct.
I
And,
agree.
hey, it's
I
it's
agree.
peacetime. I shouldn't have to quarter troops, which was huge because the British would quarter troops in somebody's house,
Right.
and
I
nobody
got you.
liked that shit.
Yeah, I have no problems with the Constitution as written or the amendments as written. I do have some views on the people that wrote them for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
But,
no, I get it. I get it.
But we're not getting into that.
What
We're
do
not
you
getting
think
into that.
do back in that day? It is what
It was a norm. It was a norm. But
Well, it's like we talked about last week.
in this day, there's folks that ignore that shit, and there's folks that don't want them to. Not getting into that today. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drink my 101.
No.
But like I said last week, though, we judge them by today's standards,
Right.
and you really can't. I would never dream of owning a slave.
Well,
I never would.
it's not even that. Here's my issue. Quickly, and we'll let this slide real quick. There's people that defend what's going on today based on historical freaking documents. And my
Right.
argument is there are historical documents that were written that had no idea of a freaking electric car.
Correct.
Had no idea that men were marrying men and women were marrying women. Had no idea that people had problems with making a gay cake. They had no idea of the issues that we have in 2020.
Right.
Even though
No, I
we
totally agree.
live and die by these documents.
That's why we have the Supreme Court, Phil.
I do. I agree with that 100%. But the Supreme Court's views, these folks on the Supreme Court can't make decisions on everything.
You're totally
They
right.
can't.
100%. You're 100%
And I
right.
also feel that there is no office, period, across the board that should be a lifelong appointment at all.
I understand, totally and I'm going to your last point with the life term. The reason they made the life term was so they couldn't be swayed by either party. But
Right.
if you picked people from a certain side or feeling, then you're going to get that vote.
But that's what they do.
yeah, you're totally right. You're totally
That's
right.
what they do. Here's my problem with any lifelong appointment, Supreme Court. This is the problem I have with anyone in Congress, meaning House of Representatives or the Senate,
Right.
where you're a career fucker, you're an old thinking fucker.
Correct.
Your brain's
Yep.
too old. You can't tell me you started at 30 years old. Think about how we were doing shit 30 years ago, 20 years ago. And you were appointed, and that's the way you think. And now 10 years go by, you think the same way. 20
20,
years
30,
go
40,
by,
50.
you think
Yeah.
the same way.
I don't
40
think the
years
same
go-
way I did it 53
I
versus
think
23.
there should be term limits. I'm not saying that you can't stay in Congress, House or Senate, for a long time.
If you're voted in, yeah.
Exactly. You should
That's
have a
your
term limit.
limit right there.
If you can only have a president for 8 fucking years, how can I have a senator for 50?
Yeah.
Correct. No, you're totally right, dude.
How can I have a
Absolutely. I think you're 100%
congressperson for 50? Fuck that. Congress isn't the presidency. So I'll say, I'm not going to say 8 years. I'll say max, I'm sorry, 4-year term, you get reelected for another 4-year term. I'll say for Congress, House and Senate, 6. After 6 years, you got to step down or go to the other side and get reelected for the Senate if you're in the House or the Senate, whatever.
Oh, I
But
see
af-
what you mean.
But
Yeah.
after 6 years, you got to go. Somebody else can get in there.
You want to
I-
hear the shitty part about 6 years though? If you're in the House for 6 years,
Yeah.
right? We had her name was Helen Chenoweth back when the Republicans swept during Clinton's administration.
Okay.
And she promised, I will be in the House. I will serve no longer than 3 terms, and she did. And
Okay.
everybody's like, "This is great, man. We're going to elect her." After 5 years in the House of Representatives, you get retirement. Most people didn't realize that.
See,
Guess
now,
what? She got retirement for the rest of her life.
Now,
She
I'm
did
totally
3
against you running for Congress. You know, you're in Congress and you get unlimited freaking health care. No, fuck that. You get the same shit that everybody else gets.
Well,
Exactly.
that's why Congress and in the Senate they didn't have to adopt the fucking Obama health care.
Right.
Right.
You're right. And
Yeah.
that's bullshit. And also, even if they fucking disavow the budget, they still vote on their raises.
Yep.
Fuck that. All of that shit should be tied in. If you're voting on the budget for the United States, your shit should be tied in. All right.
Right.
I think that's the problem.
If you Obamacare or no Obamacare, freaking Affordable Care Act or no Affordable Care, whatever the fuck you vote on, Congress, I hope y'all watching this, Congress, you get the same shit you're voting on.
Correct.
The problem was when they created Congress and in the Senate and all that stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Like you say, they didn't envision things to grow like we have right now.
Yeah.
They have these vacations and they have these timeouts and
Yeah.
they have times to
You don't even have to show up to work.
politic for work,
Yeah.
to get reelected. This is when people had to go on trains and horse carts,
Yep.
visit different people. To
These recesses
yeah,
that they had, fuck a recess.
yeah.
All right. If you are representing the people, here, let me quick change the subject. Why is it that we have doctors and lawyers in Congress? If you're supposed to represent the people, how many doctors and lawyers do you know? How many doctors and lawyers are living next to you? Dude, what happened to the engineers and the carpenters and the freaking military?
Yeah, they live on the hill
You know
from
what I'm
me
saying?
up in the really nice house.
We got a bunch of millionaires in our Congress, House and Senate, millionaires.
Insider trading
I agree.
is huge.
How many millionaires, Mike? How many millionaires do you know personally?
One. I know a guy
Monica?
that won the lottery.
Monica, how many millionaires do you know personally?
A couple.
Okay, that's 2. I'll say. I don't know.
Me,
Well, actually, I
don't know
know.
anybody though that that would be representing me. That's a millionaire
Okay.
that I would
Chris,
not represent.
you just gave the big goose egg. But we got all these millionaires that are in Congress that are supposed to be our representative. How the fuck
Yeah.
you gonna represent me when you don't look like me, live like me,
Or feel
struggle like me?
Or feel
live like me and struggle are the two.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't really care
What-
about the look, but
Yeah.
it's the last two. Look like, or
Well,
Live
this
like me
country,
and struggle
this
like
country has it. Look, we have religious looks, we have personal looks, we have. So listen, man, I'm not talking about white, black, Puerto Rican. I'm talking about you don't look like me if you ain't broke, motherfucker. Come on, man.
correct. Yeah, exactly.
You know, so if my Congress people, House and Senate, are millionaires, doctors, lawyers, but you're representatives, you ain't representing me.
Right.
You're representing the rich motherfuckers.
What was the movie that Eddie Murphy did 25 years ago? He ran for Congress because his name was the same as a congressman.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Jeff Jefferson or something like that. And this guy died, but he decided to step in, had the same name, and this guy was from like the Bronx or something. I mean, we're talking like poor play, and all of a sudden he wins, right? Because
Was it Eddie Murphy or Chris Rock?
No, Eddie Murphy, and all these people are going, "Oh, Jeff Jefferson. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
who I'm voting for."
Okay.
It's based upon a name, and he gets in there, and it's like all of a sudden he's hit up by all these special interests and all these people going, "Hey, do this for me. Here's a shit ton of money for you, right?"
Yeah.
And first of all, he's thinking this is really cool, but after a while, he's like, "This is not right."
There's repercussions, yeah.
Yeah.
But my thing is, how many leaders do we have in our politics? How many leaders do we have?
the distinguished gentleman.
The distinguished gentleman. Yep, I remember that.
Who dat?
But
In
how many
today's time,
leaders?
who dat?
We're going to start from top to bottom. We have a leader of the United States, Donald Trump, the president. That's the leader.
Yep.
So from the presidency, you have the governors. Those are leaders of their
Right.
states. Right?
Because the vice president really has no power.
I'm sorry?
The vice president really has no power.
No, he's
President
2IC, second in charge. President goes away, he's in charge. So we ain't
But
talking about vice
that-
president. I'm talking about leaders.
only when that happens.
Yeah. So you have the president of the United States, leader, no matter who he
You have
is.
governors.
You have governors, no matter who they are. Then you have from leaders of states, you have leaders of cities. Those are called mayors.
Hmm.
Elected leaders. You with me? And then below that, you have sub leaders, blah, blah, blah.
County commissioners. All.
But everybody else in our politics, be it the state freaking Senate or the state freaking Congress, and those are representatives. They represent us. They're the ones supposed to take our voice forward. They're the ones that's supposed to vote for us. They're not fucking leaders. So you get Rubio, or you get freaking Pelosi, or you get freaking Schumer, or you get McConnell. Those are fucking representatives. They don't lead shit.
Right.
They lead nothing.
Well, that's a lot of that is they redirect their voting lines. And I'm not stating that correctly.
They do.
But a certain town and a certain city and a certain
The
demographic.
gerrymandering and all that. But they're representatives. So how come our this is what boils my ass. When you get Mitch McConnell did this. Hell, anybody, McConnell, not McConnell, what's his name? I just said his name. Freaking. Anyway, any politician other than a leader, when you're voting on something and they say, well, my conscience wouldn't allow me. I had to vote on my conscience. Bitch, you don't have a conscience. You vote on what the majority of your constituents want.
Whatever makes
If you're a representative,
Yeah.
and I've said this example a couple of times in a couple of my podcasts.
In theory, yes.
No, it should be that way. If
Correct.
I'm
I agree.
if I'm your senator and I'm voting on the law of men getting punched in the dick, and the majority of my constituents of the people underneath me want men to get punched in the dick, and it's my turn to vote, I should vote for getting punched in the dick, Because
Phil,
the majority of my constituents, if I'm a representative, I need to represent the
A
people.
true representative, yeah.
True representative. So if the majority of the people want me to get punched in the dick, I got to vote for that.
Yep.
Phil,
It
let
ain't
me
my
ask-
conscience. It ain't how
Can I-
I feel about it. I'm sorry. What you say, Mike?
Punched in the
Can I
dick.
ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Before every vote, if you're my representative
Yes,
and people say, you know what, Monica should be able to walk up to Chris or Mike and punch him in the dick,
right.
right? And you're like, okay, should you take a poll every time?
I think you should understand what your constituents
Bingo.
want.
That's exactly what it is. You should understand, not what
Understand what your constituents
you may
want.
have some millionaire out there going, no, I don't think Monica should be able to punch us in the dick. But hey, Phil, here's $50,000 towards your campaign.
I'm not talking about freaking the lobbyists. I'm not talking about lobbyist money.
But they're in there, dude.
Of course it is. And it takes a freaking person that gives a shit about their constituents to find out what the majority of their people want. If we can find out,
keywords are give a shit.
there you go.
I might be reaching.
Uh-oh.
Some people might not like it, but
As long as it's not a reach around.
saying Donald Trump is a billionaire.
Yes.
Who the fuck what people say? I don't know the true background of it, but
Right.
you think the whole basis of him getting into the last election, the first one, which made him president, was he was a billionaire. He doesn't have to answer to anyone. He doesn't have to answer any special, this or any special that. He doesn't.
Isn't that why Liberty's blinded? She's got them.
No. Justice is blind, not liberty.
Oh, thank you, Bridge Justice. Yeah.
Justice, but I agree with you, Chris. They were saying we need to shake up the government.
Oh
He's
God.
He's a millionaire, billionaire, which might not be true. He paid $750 in taxes. Anyway, he's a billionaire, a millionaire. He's a businessman, and we need something different because he knows how to handle business.
Right.
You can handle business because if you're the boss and people don't like what you say or do, you can fire that fucker.
Fired.
You can't do that to Congress.
Yeah.
Correct.
If you don't, I'll put it like this. He didn't like a lot of people in his cabinet, and a lot of people went away.
Yeah.
Correct.
He didn't like a lot of people in Congress, meaning the House and the Senate, and how many of them left? Not a fucking one.
Not a fucking one. Yeah.
Because they are elected freaking people.
Well, that's separation of powers.
Yeah.
Well, that's how come treating the country like a business doesn't work.
Yeah, because I don't
Because
think
if I run the country and the country's my business and I can hire and fire as I will, then it's going to go my way. But if I'm the president of the United States and I got a cabinet that I control, but a Congress, House and Senate, and a freaking Supreme Court that I don't, because there's three branches of government, judicial, legislative, and executive, and he only controls the executive, the judicial and the freaking legislative don't have to do what the fuck he wants. But
I don't think he understood that though. I really
No,
don't.
he didn't.
I
He
agree.
didn't.
I agree. But now, let me say this, and I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. Is this is
We'll
what
be here for another hour, Phil. You know you will.
this is what the Trump administration brought to light that I didn't realize until now. That the entire United States freaking governmental system is based on truth and honesty.
We definitely don't have that.
And when you take that away, it's a farce. You feeling me? Because if you control the Senate and the executive branch, fuck the House. If you control the Senate and the executive branch, Donald Trump has proven you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And no one's going to take you out of power because it takes the Senate. The House of Representatives can accuse you because there's all checks and balances.
Right.
The House of Representatives can accuse you of anything, but it takes the Senate to enact on it. But if you have like we've seen, a Republican executive branch and a Republican Senate, but a Democratic freaking House, and they can accuse you of anything, but the Senate doesn't act on it, it don't make a fuck.
So where are we? Let's take today's facts that we don't have the House, but we have the Senate, and we have the executive branch. So where do we sit? Is it right? Has the House really, that they impeached, or they said they tried to impeach him? Is he really impeached?
No, they didn't try. He was impeached. He just wasn't found guilty.
Right. Well,
to impeach means to put on
Be
trial,
accused.
right? Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
He was accused of committing crimes.
just like Bill Clinton was.
Exactly. He was accused of committing crimes, and then the Senate said, yeah, he did commit crimes. We impeached him. He's guilty. He lost his license to be a freaking a legislator, but it wasn't so bad that he would lose the presidency. He got reelected.
It's misdemeanors and high crimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. But what is that?
But what's come to light, the way I see it in now, is the United States government is not as tried and true as I used to believe. Because it used to be good things are going to happen to good people, bad things are going to happen to bad people. I'm not saying Trump's a bad person.
Sure.
I'm just saying that if you're accused of committing a crime from the House and it goes to the Senate and the Senate says, oh, well, we know there's more evidence, but you didn't say it at first, so we're not going to let you add anything else. We're not going to even look into it anymore. Fuck it. So now we have a Republican Senate that said, fuck it. Come on, man.
That's Joe Biden saying that. Come on, man.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the impeachment that happened.
Well,
and they didn't even want, even though other evidence was brought up, they didn't even want to look at it. They said, well,
the House,
we're just going to do what the House said. And I think the Democrats were premature. I do. Okay. But once more information was brought up, they said, no, we're not going to investigate anything else. We're going to go off of what you guys said initially. Well, that's just like, I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. And I'm not getting into a pro-Trump or a
I'm not either. I'm not getting
into that. If you look at as small as a county or a town, let's say a county prosecutor, hey,
right.
These are the crimes you brought upon this guy that you pull over, that a police officer pulled over in this county. And, are these crimes that you pulled him over for,
right.
Are they justified? Have you pulled him over legally, to, plain view doctrine or whatever, or however you gained evidence on this person?
Right.
Gain that evidence correctly, and is that person guilty of the evidence that you provided?
Right.
So
innocent until proven guilty.
You have the prosecutor, and let's say the prosecutor is the House, and let's say the defense attorneys are the Senate. The Senate's like, we don't have to give you ammunition. We have to give you what he actually did, whether we know it or not.
Right.
And I'm saying this totally.
No, I got you. You don't have to justify your argument. Argue. Here's my thing. The freaking House said he did this, and this. They did their hearing and blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay. The Senate's going to rule on this 2 weeks from now.
Sure.
Now, within those 2 weeks, more shit came up that wasn't in the argument, but is applicable.
It could be. It wasn't.
It could be applicable.
It could be.
So they say, hey, Senate, now that now you guys are arguing this other stuff came up. So before you rule, can you look at this too? And they say, nope. Even though it's applicable, we're not going to look at that because this is what you said before. No matter any extra evidence, we're not going to look at that. And that's what happened at the impeachment.
They're fighting this case, and whatever the, like I say, I'm bringing it back down to the district attorney. The district attorney says, I'm bringing these charges upon this guy, and I rest my case. And then the Supreme Court or the defense attorney says, not Supreme Court, or the Senate says, well, you only charged him on this, so we're basing these charges on your argument. Now, whether these cases are true or not, we don't know because we haven't discussed it. We haven't brought it upon a panel or the Senate or this and that. And that's where I don't like any of the sides because I
Right.
don't trust them because they're all partisan. They're not bipartisan.
They are. They are. Well, let me put it this way. Somebody got killed. So they bring the evidence to the court saying somebody got killed and there was blood on this guy's shirt. It matches the blood of the person that died, and freaking they had shoes, shoe tracks that match shoes, tracks that match at the scene. We're going to convict them on that. But no one saw them kill them. All right, that's what the argument is. So now they go to trial. Now they go from the House to the Senate. They go to trial. But between that, they find the knife and a picture, a video of the guy killing the motherfucker. Hear me out.
Still have to reintroduce.
So they have the evidence they had before, but now they're saying, we got ironclad. We got the device that killed him and a video. We want you guys to look at this and freaking introduce this to the whole fucking problem. And they say, fuck the knife, fuck the video. We're going to go off of what you presented at first, and it was inconclusive. They're not guilty.
It still has to be introduced in a court of law, and the judge has to allow that to be introduced.
And you're telling me that's right.
It is what it
I didn't say legal. I said you're telling me that's right.
Well, I'm talking about in a regular. I worked for the U.S. Marshals before. I know federal law.
So they got the evidence that puts the nail in the coffin, but because it wasn't introduced at the beginning, that person's going free.
Okay, well let's turn the.
I'm asking a question. I'm not saying it's done. Is that right?
It's procedural evidence. That's what it is.
Okay.
And procedural evidence has been written in court of law by our forefathers. It's just like everyone's saying that, okay, Brianna, her getting shot. Oh, she was a EMT and this and that, and she was trying to get a nursing degree. She was fired by the EMTs fucking 3 fucking years ago because she fucking had fucking drug charges upon her.
But what does it got to do with her getting shot at home?
And
nothing.
And she wasn't shot in bed. She was shot in the hallway.
Shot, bed, hallway. She's still dead. Does that matter?
So was she a shield for this guy? But I know what you're saying, and I'm not trying to.
It's not an argument.
I'm trying to create conflict, but it wasn't this.
Yes, we are. Makes a good conversation.
No, the thing was that these people that are trying to say that she was a wholehearted EMT trying to be a nurse. No, she was fired years ago because of fucking drug charges.
But she wasn't shot years ago.
Okay, and I understand that, but she also was shot in bed 10 times.
They said that, but they found out that she wasn't shot in bed.
Well, yeah, they're not releasing that, and they're not talking about that because that's.
Yes, they did. That's how I know about
it. We know about it, but the common collective doesn't know about that.
But my thing is this: she was shot at home.
Yeah.
In her house.
Yeah.
The argument now is, did they say police or not police? You got one guy who said they said police who didn't say that before, and you got a lot of people that weren't even introduced into court that said that they didn't hear them say police.
Yeah,
well, that's where the courts come into play.
No, that's where the courts come into play.
Yeah, and it is,
and that's where the argument is.
We'll leave it like that.
We'll leave it like that's where the argument is. I'm not a legislator. That's where the argument is.
I don't mind discussing this. And I know a grand jury. Okay, I know a grand jury, whether it be federal or whatever.
I don't.
In a federal grand jury, there are no defense attorneys allowed. It is only
really.
It's no.
Wow, I had no idea.
It's only the prosecutor, and they say a grand jury can indict a fucking loaf of bread for a murder because there are no
shit.
There are no nothing.
No idea.
I think that's not right. I don't. Yeah, that's first I heard of that.
It is what it is.
I figure anyone that's accused should have someone to defend. I would think.
Not in the grand jury. Not in the grand jury.
What's the point of a grand jury then?
What, just decide a case and fuck it?
Are they a rubber stamp?
you guys need to look into that.
I do.
But
I do. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying.
No,
No, I
you're
get
not, dude. You don't
Yeah.
have to justify. Just say your argument. It's no
So-
animosity.
Is these grand juries, the prosecutor is allowed to bring upon any evidence he wants, but it's only evidence that favors his
Prosecution.
indictment.
See, that answers a question for me.
Yeah.
Why they were so angry about the Brianna thing, because they were
Yeah,
asking for the
absolutely.
transcripts. They were asking for the transcripts of what was presented. So
Right.
Absolutely.
thank you. I didn't know that. I thought there was a person fighting for the defense and the prosecution, but you're saying
Yeah.
they just present a case and motherfuckers be like, whatever.
99% of the times, the indictments are secret. No
Wow.
one knows.
No shit.
Yeah, no one.
Well, I got to look this up. I believe you, Chris. I absolutely do.
Yeah, I need to do a little
Right.
bit more research. This is news to me as well.
Yeah.
But hey,
I-
I'm finna jump out of here. I love you both. Listen,
Good night.
Chris, we need to talk about Second Amendment. Mike, we need to talk about First Amendment,
First
whatever.
Amendment.
I want to bring you guys onto my podcast. I'm come for
I
you.
would be honored, Phil.
And guys, listen. You guys know how I talk. My conversations are open. I don't give a fuck, really.
And mine aren't. And mine aren't.
No,
Phil?
yes, you are. The same thing with Chris.
I'll give
And
you
thank you for what I learned today. But when I do
Yeah,
bring you
really.
guys in, man, just talk like this. Don't hold back shit. Look, a daddy cooks. I'm sorry, our podcast is just about learning shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't hold back anything. Monica, nice to meet you, sweetie. Appreciate you.
Check out.
Monica, awesome. I love Monica. She's beautiful.
But I'm bouncing out of here, guys. Love you like cook food. I gotta go stir up some shit about this freaking debate because I'm a dick.
And in Chicago dogs.
I know, right? Love you like cook food, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Take care.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right,
you.
bye.
Well, guys, great conversation. Chris, I had no idea about grand juries.
Me neither. That's
That
crazy.
Blows my mind.
So
I'm
does a
definitely know what I'm doing
I mean,
wrong.
does a grand jury is there a literal grand jury that decides?
Grand jury. So I forget how many people it is, but I know in federal cases, they will sequester so many people. Just like if you're going to be in a jury duty, you will, instead of being on a court case, jury duty, you'll be sequestered for a grand jury. And at that point, a prosecutor, whether it be federal or state or county, they will bring upon you the case that they want to bring upon you to charge someone.
Huh.
And
What is the purpose of a grand jury, though?
well, you'll have to look at the definition. I don't
Okay.
know. But the grand
That's your homework tomorrow, Monica. Report back.
the grand jury is what will indict you. So if, let's say I did something
For a
against,
capital case, right?
no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Or-
Let's just say I stole Mike's. I'm sorry, man bag. So let's say in the town of Mayberry, I stole Mike's man bag and I hit him, and I go.
Yeah, you did, motherfucker.
In the balls.
Yeah. So if there was if there were charges and they're like, okay, they see Chris, they see me like I'm guilty for doing that. So let's say the town prosecutor, and I'm bringing it all the way down to the town. Let's say the town prosecutor would get a grand jury, and he would present the case against the grand jury, and whether he wanted to indict me in a crime or not, it would be totally up to him. And sometimes it's political. When I say sometimes, it's not
Always. Almost always.
And if I was the bad guy, if I was the hated guy, or if Mike was the hated guy, they're like, the prosecutor would say, he only took his bag because he saw Mike take that bag from a girl. Or Chris only took that bag from Mike because he thought Mike took that bag from a girl earlier.
Oh, no shit.
They can present whatever, and of course it's going to be in a legal sense, but they can present whatever legal documents or persuasion they want to get someone indicted or unindicted. And that's so it's a very scary thing. Prosecutors, you could shoot someone in your house.
Yeah.
Someone, you have the castle law and this and that and stand your ground law. If you don't live in a state that has a stand your ground or a castle law, and castle law is pretty much the same as stand your ground.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, you shot this guy fucking 10 times. I don't like you because you fucking voted against me, and I know this somehow. You could have only shot him one time. I think 10 times was excessive. So then I could go fucking instead of let you not be charged because you were in your house protecting your family, but because you shot him 10 times, and I thought that was excessive because I don't like you, I could do that in court. And
Oh
so
shit!
you
Damn.
need to look at grand jury.
Yeah, because I want to know what the criteria is to get there versus
That's
your
my homework
your
assignment
regular.
for tomorrow.
It's a number. It's a number. When you get called up for jury duty, you can go to a case or you can go to the grand jury.
Oh,
It's just it's a number.
I have to check
That's
it out.
fucked up, dude.
Yeah. So all those jails that you go visit, Mike, don't sign
Yeah.
up for the grand jury.
I've been called up for jury duty 3 times, and I've only had to go to the little jury room once. And I'll probably get called up tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Chris. Appreciate that.
I got your name. Yeah.
And I had to watch a video, like a 20-minute video. This is like 1988. Had to watch a video, and then they said, "Oh, it's being settled out of court." So off you went. And it was a retailer who sold beer to a minor who happened to be an undercover
Right.
agent or whatever.
Yeah, it was
Undercover
Right.
brother.
Undercover brother from another mother. But yeah, so, but it's one of those things. You get that jury thing in the mail, and you're like, "Oh, please don't let my number come up." And like 3 times, and I actually have had it 4. I take that back because I had it
Jeez.
within the minimum. I think it's like in Idaho, it's like 18 months between getting called up and again, and boom, I got called up again. Like, you got to be shitting me. But I've only had to go in once. So
I've been called once, but I got out of it because no one wants a cop on a fucking jury.
I just look at you, Chris, and go, "Fuck that, man."
I say, hey,
Love it,
I
Chris.
know, I can tell when people are guilty. And they're like, what?
Fucking hang the motherfucker.
Yeah, I can tell just by their looks when they're guilty or not.
You get arrested for it? Yeah, they're probably guilty. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if they're not guilty of that, they probably did something else they're guilty of.
For me, I know I couldn't have got on because I was working for a retailer at the time, and they would have 86 me, but I still had to go into the room and watch the video, and I got to claim 18 miles around, one way for my trip there, even though I lived just down the road from it. My mailing address was my parents' place. It was 18 miles away, and it's like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But it is your civic duty. So you get called up, you go. You got no choice, man.
Hey, how many more times besides voting for someone? How many other chances do you have your voice to?
That's about it. Unless I'm a representative, that's it.
Or a lobbyist.
Yeah.
I wish Phil was still on. I did the mail-in ballot, and I have it here on my counter. And I have to admit, guys. So I'm going to admit something. I voted for our president in 2016. I did, and I'm not ashamed of that. It is what it is. But this year I'm struggling, and I'm not looking for advice. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just putting it out there. I am struggling this year. I have not turned it in. I've had it for a week, and I'm just like, I watched the first debate, and I'm like, oh my God,
that was a shit show.
That was a shit show.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And
I'm really struggling. I really am.
You missed it tonight because you're doing a live stream, but I think tonight with the vice presidents, they were trying to reground because I think Pence is very. I think Pence is a great guy.
I do too.
He's
I do
very
too. I like him.
yeah, he's very low key and all that stuff. And Kamala is, a lot more active. But I think they issued Mike like just go fucking low, don't start shit, this and that. I think Pence did a good job.
Okay, I'll have to watch it
Yeah, I think.
because for me, it may come down to the vice presidential debate.
Well, I think there's two more scheduled presidentials, and I think
Correct.
they're totally different than the first one was.
The second one's supposed to be a town hall meeting,
Yeah,
and I'm not sure about the third, but
not either.
it should be interesting. The first one I thought was a shit show. I actually laughed through some of it, like when Biden said to Trump, "Would you just shut up, man?" I laughed at that, and then we called him a clown, But I mean, Trump had his points, and I had to agree with him, So for me, it's like the lesser two evils. Which one is the lesser two evils for me? I don't know.
I
I don't
think,
know, Chris.
to be honest with you, I think all politics aside, I think Joe's mental capacity is the edge of flipping.
That worries me. Yeah.
And you know, and of course, every election. All right, let's go back fucking years. Joe McCain or McCain, Bill
John McCain. John McCain.
John McCain. So these people get put in positions. It's like, okay, you lost at this race for presidential, approval. We'll put you in 4 years from now. And so John McCain got in for presidential 4 years from now. He went up against Obama. And
Correct.
of course, and that's the same thing with Democrats. You try for president once, you don't make it, we'll put you in the next one, and then that's it. Whether it be Republican or Democrat.
Correct.
And then after that, there's going to be, so now Kamala Harris. I think Kamala Harris will, if let's say Biden loses, Kamala will be the next Democratic presidential fucking candidate.
I agree.
Because they all have their stages, and it is what it is. And she put plenty of black people in jail for smoking pot in California.
So did Biden.
And and they're not bringing this up because the vice president just didn't bring this up. Pence didn't bring this up because he's not looking to make this an arguing match. He could have said, well, she made an actual opening, where he could have come back and said, well, when you were district attorney of California or the prosecutor of California, you put so many black people or people of color, or whether it be Mexican or whatever, or white in jail because of just smoking pot. But it was never brought. I just think Biden. I don't think Biden. I think a country has to be run like a company. And I think Clinton. I think Trump has done that. He knows how to run a company. In a country is a company. You have losses and wins. You have to make sure that your company has more wins than losses. And
Can I put you on hold for just a minute?
yeah,
I have to, like Charlie says, I have to answer the door. I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right. Monica, I don't know you. How you doing?
I am doing well.
I'm from New Hampshire. Where are you from?
Boise, Idaho.
Idaho.
Yep. So you are, did I catch that you're a cop
Yeah.
in New Hampshire? Nice. Are you state or
I'm federal, but
city? Oh, you're federal.
retiring next year. Yeah.
You were working with the U.S. Marshals before.
I used
So, yes, what's that?
Yes, I used to.
Okay. So, federal, I'm trying to think of what a federal cop would do. Because you're not having like your city cops. You got your city cops, you got your state troopers, and then you got federal cops.
Well, we enforce federal laws where state does state and local does local. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you don't see you actually going out on the beat or anything.
No, I was a local. I was, in my past, I was county and I was county. So I've done everything except state, county, town, and federal. So, yeah, no, it is what it is. But it's like you don't have to be a dick cop.
Yeah.
You know, I was never a dick cop. You know, if I saw a license plate that was beyond the registration, you know, was expired, I'd pull you over. And I'll tell you, 5 times out of 10, when I pulled you over because your license plate was didn't have a sticker on it, it was because it was stapled to your registration that was in your glove box.
Yeah.
And your husband put it on your fucking license plate. And,
Yeah.
you know, and that's, you know, it's simple things like that. But
it always shocks me though. I'm not sure what the cop mentality is, but like I've been pulled over a couple different times, different vehicles. But when I register my vehicles, I always register 2 years. You know, you have an option here. It's like 1 year, 2 years. Anyways, I do whatever the maximum is because like I don't have to be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And so I've gotten off of 2 tickets, actually fairly recently that they said, oh, go ahead. You know, we see that you've registered your vehicle for 2 years. That makes you're pretty responsible. I'm like, what? What kind of a let girl go because she registered for 2 years? I thought that was really interesting.
I'm not going to get into it, but based upon our conversation, Chris, I know what you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he like
on previous conversation?
Are you an air marshal?
No, I told Monica that I've been town cop, I've been a county cop, you know, with the sheriff's department and federal. And like I say, I only enforce federal laws now. And federal laws are robbery in a store, fucking murder, anything.
Yeah.
But it's like FBI, CIA.
Sure. And
Monica, I love Chris. He's awesome. He's one of my favorite people out there.
No,
you got to watch his videos. The cilantro one.
Now I want to.
Is awesome. Chris is definitely anti, or no, what's the right word? Not team cilantro. My first live, we did team cilantro, non-team cilantro, and Chris was non.
I'm non-team cilantro too.
Oh, and you are Hispanic, my girlfriend.
I know.
I'm outvoted tonight. Damn it. Yeah. Chris has a love for cats. Jet. I love Jet.
You like cats too?
Chris does these videos every once in a while. They're my favorite videos where he's got like cameras around his place. He's got a farm, right? And he's got these cameras. And you see like turkeys walk by and a deer and rabbits.
You have like live cams? Can I like log in?
I have game cams and I'll download.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they're not like constantly always going IP cams.
Yeah, and then every once in a while you'll see Jet walk by, stalking a mouse or something. I love those videos. You used to do them on Tuesdays. They were the best, man.
What do you farm?
I don't farm anything. I just bought a farm.
Yeah, awesome. Eastwind Farms is his YouTube channel.
I want a wiener dog farm.
Wiener dog.
I have.
What are you saying, Monica?
Love wieners. I love wiener dogs. I love playing my weenies.
He likes wiener dogs.
Yeah. I have a couple of them, but I always want like more because they're so fun. They're hilarious.
So Monica and I go so far back. She's like a sister to me. I give her shit all the time. I love Monica. She's awesome.
How come you didn't have your birthday party? That was like really upsetting to me
because of COVID.
I get to see you.
I started putting things together, and I thought, hey, middle of July, it's all good, blah, blah, blah. Chris can't make it because he's in New England. He can't make it. But then everybody's like, well, what about COVID-19, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Okay.
Bastards.
Next year.
Hey, I was gonna come over, but COVID.
I've been training for COVID all my life. So this is my time to shine right now.
It's like
all COVID.
It's like a perfect Larry David excuse. Yeah, I'm gonna come over, but the COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, Mom, Dad, I got a runny nose or something. I'm like a cough.
I use that line with my old man all the time. I got a cough. I can't come. My old man is 78. He's very frail. I love him to death. But it's like, I don't want to go over today. Dad, I got a cough. I'm sorry, because he's super worried about COVID.
My parents.
And I feel bad because he's only got limited time. I know that we all do, but he's got limited time, and it's like, Dad, I'm sorry. I've got a cough today.
It's like
I know every time he'll be like,
pounding you. Yeah, like They're not hounding you, going, how come you never come over? Like, it's just like, oh, the Rona.
Well, my
It's like,
parents live. My mom and stepdad live 12 miles from me, Monica. Well, you live about the same.
yeah.
And Chris lives, 2,800 miles. That's about the same, right? And I haven't seen them since Christmas because my mom and stepdad are super worried about COVID. You know what? And I totally respect that.
FaceTime
Okay,
them.
that's cool. We're gonna see him.
FaceTime.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, I text my mom all the time, and but we actually are going to go out for Halloween and have a bonfire at their place, and I'm
fun.
looking forward to that. Just because I haven't seen them since Christmas. I'm supposed to go to Alaska next week. Every year I go to Alaska the same week, and I was just looking on my phone at the weather report, and it's supposed to be beautiful, but because of stupid COVID, can't do it this year.
Stupid COVID.
Where in Alaska do you go?
Kodiak Island. My brother works for Fish and Game on Kodiak Island.
Awesome.
And his boss owns about 2 acres on an island called Little Raspberry. There's Big Raspberry, which has, so this is what I love about it, Chris. There's Big Raspberry, which has a resort on it. It's $800 a night. That does not include airfare. Right. And you can get all the fishing you want, right? And then there's my brother and his boss, and his boss owns 2 acres. He's got 3. Well, last year he had 2 cabins. This year he has 3 because his cabin. He had some family from Iowa come in 2 years ago. They burned his cabin down, literally just burned it to the ground.
Shit.
And I left my glasses there 3 years ago, right? And I'm like, hey, Jeff, my glasses, I left my glasses here. And he points to this pile of rubbish and goes, you're more than welcome to go dig through that. I'm like, I was stoned out of my mind. Yeah, no thanks. But and one of his 4-wheelers burned up. So I fly Alaska, all right? And I get the points. I have the card.
Yep.
And it cost me 25,000 points round trip and about $12, $13. And I fill my brother's either his boat with gas, tank of gas, which is $175, or his boss's boat.
Right.
And I buy the food, right? So I'm out $400 basically for 4 nights of fishing and all the shit I want. The only thing that Jeff asks, who owns the island, is we help him haul wood. Big deal. So last year, next week, we hauled about 5 cords of wood for him. Big deal. And he mills his own wood, so we hauled a bunch of his lumber over to his cabin that he's rebuilding. I'm thinking $800 a night at 4 nights, which is $3,200, or I can spend $600 and have all the fishing, all the smoke, all the weed I want, and all the beer I want, and I'm fishing with Fish and Game officers. You can't go wrong. And yes, I do buy a fishing license.
Yeah.
No
one's going to stop you.
Exactly. And it's great. And it's so cool. Like, I fish for like 15, 20 minutes the entire 4 days I'm out there. The rest of the time I'm drinking beer and driving the boat.
What are the big what are the big fish they have up there? They're like flounder, but they're monstrous.
They have cod.
Halibut?
My son, halibut and cod.
Halibut.
And king salmon and white king salmons. And then they have things that are like Irish lords, Irish mother-in-laws, all this shit, and these ugly ash fish.
Yeah.
But my son we estimate between 75 and 85 pound halibut on the line, and we got it right up to the boat. My brother went to spear it, and it popped off. I was like, oh my God, this thing was huge. But last year we caught a 25 pound halibut, probably a 6 pound cod, bunch of Irish mother-in-laws and lords, which is this ugly piece of shit fish, a couple of rockfish, which are sea bass, and 1 king salmon and 1 white king salmon. I'll tell you what, the white king salmon was the best I've ever had, because we took we cut the stomach out and then the lining below the stomach out and cooked that up for a dinner one night. Oh my God, it was so good, dude.
So
We have a blast.
You cook the stomach?
You cook the meat below the stomach.
Oh, so
you cut the stomach out.
Stomach
Yeah,
out.
you just cut. And my brother knows how to just in his boss know just how to cut it just right, so you don't get the stomach in there. Right.
Right.
It's a. We made fish tacos one night. We had elk tacos one night. You just take. So what I did is I went to the local Safeway and I bought a 10-pound bag of potatoes and some it's pilot bread. They call it pilot bread. It's a round kind of bread, almost like a naan kind of bread, and just some other things. But the potatoes, you just put a couple things of butter in there and throw them in the fireplace at night, and the next morning they're ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And so you just throw in some like elk steak or fish from the night before, or whatever, and that's what you have for breakfast.
That's
It
awesome.
was perfect, dude. And we
I'm
just sit
jealous.
around. Jeff's got this place that, he's got now. As of October 20th last year, he had 5 cords of wood that sits under this blue. He has 3 blue tarps that go over this area, and we just throw fire, the logs on the fire, and you put a cast iron pan on there with some eggs or whatever, and throw in some little potatoes that you've cooked for basically overnight, and maybe some elk steak or salmon or whatever. Dude, it's the best, man.
Why did you buy a little skillet? I have to know this.
They just had it.
No.
Like it was,
No, he's
You're
got
like,
a big
oh,
ass
that's so
skillet.
cute.
Chris.
Did you just
Well,
go,
Chris's
oh, this is
skillet,
so
you could
cute?
cook an egg or 2 on there.
Yeah, but like of all sizes,
I love
like,
that thing. That's
what
awesome,
drew
dude.
you to buy that one?
it said
That's
lodge.
awesome.
Right,
And it's
I love
lodge
that.
too, made in the U.S.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah. But I mean, like, what drew you to it? It was like, oh, you know what? I don't have that size, or oh, you know what? This would be the perfect size for just me, or whatever.
When I buy my next place, I'm gonna put a like right now I have 25 acres where I live. So
I'm so jealous.
It's so beautiful, Monica. It
I
really is.
bet. Very jealous.
I'm looking to get the same acreage on my next property, and I want to like bring the house down. I want to. What is
This place is so beautiful.
Buy an old missile, one of those old missile,
Yeah,
bunkers. It's like
yes.
17 stories, all below ground. I so want one of those.
So I want to have like a shed out in the woods. It'd just be a little cabin that I can go to.
Like the Unabomber?
Yeah.
But different.
But
Yes,
different.
but different. Yeah.
But maybe not.
I want to have these hanging from the sides, and if I want to cook a couple eggs and some strips of bacon, or vice versa, I can do that. But I'm just all into buying American and lodge, and
You're right, yeah. Yeah, I'm all into that too. That's so
Yep.
crazy.
I love cooking in cast iron.
Me too.
Almost all of my cooks are on cast iron, and it's all lodge. I'll tell you what, that's the way to go. Cast iron is the bomb.
Yep.
I made beer cheese soup the other day, and I did it in the cast iron. It was perfect. It did not even. All I did is put butter in the bottom. And if you season it right,
Right.
you don't have to worry about that shit sticking.
No.
You don't. It's perfect, man. I don't even know why people use other shit like the Teflon shit and the red shit.
And I
I don't
just
know
found
why.
out that shit kills birds. Like, I killed 2 birds and I had no idea how.
Yeah.
And then my friend was saying that they just killed one of their birds, and it was the Teflon. And I was like, what? I did not even know that was a thing. I totally killed 2 birds. I was like, wow. So I switched. I don't use any Teflon.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Two birds with 1 pot.
Yeah, I'm total cast iron all the way.
Me
I
too.
very rarely ever cook in anything else. Even if I cook inside, it'll be on cast iron. Although I haven't done eggs on it.
Oh, you
And
have to.
I watched Lee from God, what is his channel? You know what I'm talking about, Chris, the guy out of Chicago.
Yeah, I know.
The Bears.
Bears.
Yeah. And he did a thing just the other day, and he cooked eggs on his cast iron, and I thought, damn, I never thought about that. It came out great. Yeah,
how do you cook eggs normally?
The thing is with cast iron, the whole key to it is the seasoning of the cast iron pan.
Yeah.
That's the whole key to it.
Yep.
And it ain't easy. It is if you're willing to spend a half hour to do it.
Mine's old.
That's perfect.
Who's that guy that does who's that? Oh, he's got a like an old cowboy cart and he does is cast iron. I forget his name.
Not Ken Rollins, a cowboy Ken
Yeah.
Rollins. Yeah,
So
yeah,
this,
he's got a shit ton of followers.
so these ones, all the new ones you buy in the store have like they're supposedly pre-seasoned.
Yeah.
Correct.
He says take a sander to it, sand
Yep.
it flat.
No shit.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
no idea.
Yeah, he says get rid of all that shit that's in there, sand it flat, then season it. And it takes it takes overnight. You know, it's a couple of courses
Exactly.
and all that stuff.
I have a Pit Boss smoker that I bought by accident. Stupid me being drunk on Amazon.
I've done
And
that
it's
before.
It's a gas, and I do cookies in it and cakes and shit like that, right? That's about all it's good for. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm going live. I think it's November 15th or something like that, where I'm just doing cookies in this Pit Boss thing. But that's what I do is I just, when I get a new cast iron, even if it's an old one, I'll, take a Brillo pad or what's that copper stuff that you use and just clean that shit out and then season it, throw it in there for about an hour. Fuck, you're good, man. It's the way to go. Cast iron's totally the way to go.
Yep.
That's why they did it back in the day, 200 years ago or 150 years ago.
And that's why those things are still around.
Yeah.
It's totally the way to go, man. God. Oh, guys, I had such a. Go ahead. What's that?
That and the Weber.
Yeah. Oh, my Weber is the bomb, man. I love my Weber. I will never. You know what? I have a video coming out Monday. I took the stove or a chimney or whatever you want to call it from the Weber, and I filled it full of charcoal, and I lit it. I lit it with paper towels because the thing I had would not light the fucking thing, and so I put a shit ton of paper towels in it, lit it, waited for about 30 minutes, and then I cooked a baked potato in aluminum foil over it. Yeah. And then I cooked a steak with Uncle Steve's thick meat on it. Yeah. Oh my God, it was so good. But you talk about a bitch of a cook. And it was just experimental to me. And that's what I do, an opening monologue on it saying, this is just all experimental, guys. But I'll tell you what, that steak was one of the best I ever had. And it's just over one of those stoves that you use before you dump it into the Weber.
The chimneys, yeah.
The chimney. Yeah, it was great. I call it a stove, but it's just a chimney. It was great. Oh my God, that steak came out perfect. It took fucking forever in a day to cook. Even though you have all this concentrated heat, it took forever. It took 42 minutes to cook. Actually, it's pretty good, actually. It seemed like forever to cook a baked potato over it, right? And then I put the steak on there, and it was on there for a total of like 8 minutes, and that was done. But to me, it seemed like forever while I'm videoing it. But it was great. Yeah, it was great. It came out perfect.
Is it propane? Is it propane or is it like charcoal or what?
It's propane or it's charcoal. It's so what you do is when you have your Weber kettle, you buy this. What is it? Chimney or stove? What do you call it?
It's yeah.
Yeah, and you just put a bunch of shit in there. You light it from below. Usually, I use tumbleweed. I was out. My wife said, "Oh, here's this stuff. Use
dryer
lint.
Dryer lint."
Right? Yeah, and I lit it, and I was like, "That shit didn't work with a shit." So I put just a shit ton of paper towels under there, and I finally lit the charcoal. And after about 30 minutes, everything in there was either red or gray for the most part. And then I started cooking everything on top of it. But goddamn, it was actually harder than it looked versus just doing it over a charcoal stove. It really was, because you had to watch that thing like a hawk because there's so much concentrated heat underneath or in that stove or chimney. There was so much heat in there, you had to continuously flip it and check it. I checked it every minute. And you see it in the video. Every minute I'm checking the heat on that thing. And I would take it off the side. I would put it back over.
So I have a 20-inch kettle, and I do a chimney. I get it going, leave it for about 15, 20 minutes, and I'd empty out the chimney in a vortex. And I'm a huge fan of vortex, especially for wings and for grilling steaks, because for the wings, you set the vortex in the middle, and then the vortex comes out and it goes around.
Correct.
And it really kills the wings, which is awesome. but also when you do steaks, I've had that. I'll do the vortex in there, and I'll bury the thermometer on the kettle. It says 600 degrees. I swear that's up to 900 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, the vortex really. And for steaks, I'll get a thick steak. I'll do like 2 minutes, then I'll flip it for 2 minutes, then I'll flip it for 2 minutes, and I'm looking for medium rare or medium.
Correct. What about 130?
Oh yeah,
That's where I like it. Yeah.
I think do it, and it'll char the outside like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Because it was a video, I didn't want to char it. And that's why I had to, every minute I'd flip the damn thing. And
Yeah.
that's the only reason why, because I wanted on a video, because nobody wants to see a charred steak. Not that I would love that because it just requires that much less flipping it. But that's why I had to flip it constantly, because there's so much concentrated heat in that stove that's just coming right up.
Have
It
you
was
guys seen
awesome.
those? It's like they use a log. I can't remember what they're called actually. But anyways, you take like one log and then you chop it into quarters, basically like hit it 2 times from the top, and then you split it, and then basically you shove a bunch of crap in there so it kind of holds that log open.
I
and
have
it's
not.
pretty big round. Anyways, that you can make a stove out of it. And
No kidding.
once you got that, yeah, it's so cool. So basically, you have this stove that's shooting up flames through this hole that you've made.
Are you talking
Uh-huh.
about a rocket stove?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No
And
kidding.
you can do it with like a square, piece of wood or just a log. I've seen it with logs mostly on YouTube, but I want to try
I've
that.
never seen that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I want to try it.
Well, get yourself one and bring it over.
A log. I got lots of logs. We can bring it. I'll bring it over.
Bring it over,
We
because
can-
I'm about experimental cooking.
We
I
should.
love
It'd be
experimental
fun.
cooking. And that's one of the things I had to do when I was editing this video. After I got done, I thought, people are not going to understand. Oh, it's Frack Daddy, Jared.
What's up, Frank? I don't even know who's watching this right now.
We have 3 viewers, believe it or not.
Just us
So
three.
it's YouTube. You two don't count, and we have 3 viewers. We have.
Are you in the office, Mike? Are you and Gene in the office? Or are you guys working from home?
We're for working from home. So this is
Okay.
out back in my studio, or
Let's start.
the outside studio, and then I'm moving into the garage to the inside studio. Nobody knows it's my garage, except for
Well, I'll
you
have to stop
guys
by.
and Jared.
This is
So, God, I can't even remember where I'm going with it. Oh well, no, but I'm all about experimental. So when I did I had to do an opening monologue for this video just to tell people this is all experimental, right? This is not normally what you would do, but I just want to show that you can do it. If you don't have a Weber kettle or a little tiny kettle, I don't care if it's a Walmart kettle, you can still cook on these things.
You make a coffee can. Just use a coffee
Yeah,
can.
exactly. You can still cook on this shit.
Right.
Ah, Jared from Frack Daddy. Come on, Jared. Come on, brother. And Jared has some interesting stuff. Jared's got some good cooks too.
he's an hour behind us, so it's only 11:30 there.
Yeah, he's an hour ahead of us. So
No.
it's,
No, behind us.
I'm 10:30. You got to be 12:30, Chris.
I'm 12:30. Yeah.
It's only
Yeah,
10:30.
so he'd be
It feels
11:30.
Yeah.
late.
I know a lot of people they like the late shit. We had Jared on last week when it was Phil and I. Oh my God. I feel sorry for Jared because Phil and I were going back and forth on the First Amendment, right? Just like you guys were on the Second Amendment and a little bit of. I love having Phil on. I absolutely do.
Yeah.
He brings us such a different perspective in life. And like 2 weeks ago, it was, and I love to bring this up. We talked Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, you were, and the N word was flying, man.
Oh yeah.
Even I did, man. I was like, oh my God.
Those buses and in the ends.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
Oh my God.
Where's
like-
your mice?
We said it wasn't a racist movie. It was they were making fun of the people who were racist.
Exactly. That's the whole idea of the movie. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, because of the N word, in my opinion, just my opinion, and it doesn't mean shit, just my opinion, That's why the movie, you won't see it anymore on TV because of the N-word. But they are totally, Mel Brooks is the best at making fun of stupid people. He really is.
Even in Blazing Saddles, I remember watching it on TV. It was probably 30 years ago. So they all like baked beans. They all like baked beans, fire, and they cut out the fart noises.
The fart, yeah.
Yeah, and you see the fire that was in between everyone was sleeping. It would go poof,
Exactly.
when they fart, and they cut out the fart noises. Like, you
Yeah.
kidding?
Yeah. I always say the biggest part that bothers, and you hit on it, that part right there. I wish that Mongo would have just reached over and went, and just like this big whoosh. That would have been awesome, man.
Candy Graham from Mongo.
Candy Graham from Mongo. Mongo loved candy. I never understood as he's riding that cow into town or whatever it is, the steer or whatever.
Yeah.
It says yes, no. Even this day, I don't understand what that means.
I don't either. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, it says yes, no on the hindquarters of the cow. The only thing I can think of is you're out on the prairie and you're very lonely. Monica's like, huh? I get it.
Then there should be a yes one, maybe. Yeah.
What Candy Graham from Mongo? I love that part.
Yeah.
And like, the next thing you see, the guy's in jail. He's like, breaks the jail, the chains off the jail. Yeah, exactly. This is, he got smooth, as smooth as it or whatever. He goes, yeah, but this is my shooting hand. Such a great movie. And it is the ultimate in making fun of racism, and they won't play it.
Yep.
It's so sad. So sad. Ah, guys.
All right, me too.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, Monica, I'm going to hit you up later. Chris, thank you so much. I have an idea for Monica for cooking. So, Chris, thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate it.
Mike, thank you. And thank
Always love hanging out with you, brother. I'll hit you up too.
both of y'all.
So, all right. Peace, brother. Monica, I have an idea for you, so I'll hit you up. You've been a great guest host. You really have. I really appreciate you showing up, especially with that white background. You see, mine says the Dude's Kitchen and Grill somewhere back there. Fuck, I don't know, somewhere back there.
I normally have my quarantine, quarantine word, days quarantine, but
I can barely hear you because you're talking real low.
yeah.
I had it in a holder. No,
There
I
we
had
go.
it. The quarantine. I normally have like a quarantine sign behind me. For video conferences. So
Mhm.
it's like days in quarantine, and it's like neon. It's pretty cool, but not doing that right now.
All right. Well, guys, everybody on the chat, I thank you very much for hanging out with us. Jared, thank you. Marcel, thank you. Laura, thank you. Chris, Stephen, everybody, Steve or Scott, everybody, thank you so much for showing up. Monica, thank you. Oh, Marcel wants to know, Monica, what's your channel name? Monica, you're getting hit up right and left. You better start producing shit,
I
girlfriend.
better start producing. Well, I actually have some videos, but I don't think that they're well, that is my channel name, Monica Bobonica. Isn't that what it comes up as?
I don't know.
I think it does. Monica. I think it's Monica Monica Bobonica or something like that.
Marcel, I have a feeling Monica, after I talk to her, is going to show up more often. So we'll get her channel name, and we'll get some cooking videos. All right, guys. Good night, everybody. I love you. Take care. Thank you very much for showing up, Monica. I will send you a message tomorrow. I have a proposal for you.
Great. Sounds good.
All right. It's good seeing you, Monica. Bye, everybody.